Well done. You obviously looked at the toss. We didn't see that.
Where's your boy,
the sun shining it.
Where's your boy lining up?
Where is he?
The best centre half back in the competition, apparently. Never plays there.
There he is, down there. There he is, down there at centre half back.
Don't believe it.
Is it centre half forward?
Forward. He's centre half forward. Well, he has kicked, 17 for the year. Going forward.
Umpire holds the ball off to start this elimination final. Vale gets it down. It's intercepted. Colac sent it with Veal. It's intercepted. Kicks it up and down on the one spot. Ball punched clear. Trying to get his way through was Boy George. Picked off Elford. He gets it, but no, it's Zybel that gets it out to Lynch. Bell Park, he's thrown to the ground. Gorwell goes towards goal for the first score. Bounces towards the boundary. Kept in. Still. Oh, gee whiz. Half a step off a goal there, the Colac Tigers.
Yep, it was slime time. Luke
Slime
Hillman.
time. Yep.
Very lucky. Big matchup, that one with Benstead taking Hillman, two premier players.
Yep. Good, very good matchup for Hillman. Benstead is a good size, but he's got the strength to go with him as well. So one down in the ruck. We're about 25 around from goal. Have another repeat stoppage from the throw-in. Sunbathe Centre Stadium, Barnty. Beautiful day for it.
Great day for Whitey out there.
Perla, there he is in his customary position.
Always a great day for Whitey.
Now he's rolling in third person.
He loves it.
Strong tackle from Johnson. They try to wheel their way out. Stack
He's got it.
gets it quick out of the pack, but Gall intercepts it. He marks 40 out from home, just about directly in front.
Really good forward pressure there by Colac around that stoppage.
He's played on.
Plays on,
it a big
gives it to McGuan, who unloads, but to the near side, first score.
Not really sure about the thinking there. Gorwell's one of their classier players. He should have been no trouble directly
Kicking
in front.
probably 35, maximum 40.
Yeah, well, he must have been concerned about that distance.
Yeah.
The big post do make
He's
it look
working.
further.
Will was working.
Will was on.
He's on
Yeah.
there. It's Lynch to do the kicking out for Bell Park. Umpire gives a whistle and says, hurry up. Comes out to the kicks commentary side. Stevenson tries to take the mark. It's fisted away from him. Ball comes out. McCarthy, this is band night. Just chops it up. Slime time almost dragged in the one-hander. And ball goes over the boundary line. 1 metre around from the Colac goal. They lead one behind to Bell Park yet to score and been travelling all of 2 minutes.
Good start by Colac, keeping it locked inside their forward 50. Very methodical approach from the boundary umpire. Tosses it in now. The rucks to battle. Down at ground level. Again, good pressure from Colac, not letting the ball escape. Once more, we have another stoppage. Matchups, Kirsch, anything that sticks out at the moment?
Just going to watch that ruck contest. Obviously, we know how long Vale rucks for, and they'll try obviously work out between Zybel and Veal for the rucks and try and work him over early, I reckon. So just watching that one at the moment.
Lynch comes off his shin, goes to Rounds. Rounds goes down the line, finds Garden, bounces off his guts. He goes back to get it. Then he gets some pressure, comes back to Jackson Bright. His handball over the top to Paddy Bright. And, over the boundary line, right in front of us here. Gee, if Gas was hoping to get an early touch for confidence, that wouldn't have helped at all, would it?
Still hasn't had a kick in this final series.
Yes. Crucial tackle by Liz, and they were away if they got that handball through past him, and he managed to get a hand in there and knock it out of bounds.
Looks like he's got Paddy Bright.
The boundary umpire's throwing that in too short again, Buzz.
Kirsch, this is
Right
your
there,
bugbear.
Whitey.
There, look.
Right there, Whitey. Get into him.
He's not 12 years old, this kid.
It was great tech right in front of me. Just slipped out of his hand at the last
He's
second.
coming in to meet it. You were 18 short. Come on.
That's the voice of Matt Kershaw for anyone wondering.
Vale throws a boot at it on the throw-in. Goes as far as Newton. In turn to McCarthy. Cross to Falekos. His kick smothered. Back to McCarthy. Goes round the body. He's got Zybel and also McGuan there. Ball comes down to Newton. The ball, comes back out to McCarthy again by hand. Veal and Johnson wrestle over it, and the ball will be balled up there. Calling McCarthy. There is three of them. Yep. The first one was Ben. The second one was Dylan.
It's quite lively, Ben McCarthy, at the moment.
Yeah, he looks quick,
around those stoppages.
Ball just inside the centre square then. Simmons Stadium, strong tackle, very strong tackle. And another ball up, ball just moved a couple of metres forward. So very
strong tackle, Mitch Cuddle.
Very contested start to this game, as you'd expect.
We don't have
from
65
Bell Park.
on our team sheet.
One down. That's Newton.
Newton.
Has the footy now, the man we speak of. Dances through three.
Wow.
Did brilliantly well. Composure was lacking. The kick was poor. O'Leary's tripped of it. Now Colac have a big chance.
It's
Kick
McCarthy.
towards goal from McCarthy.
Still
Hillman's
on time.
there. Hillman, can he turn? Ben said no, he
Oh,
can't.
into the
He's hit his
fence.
head on
That
the
was
fence there.
Head smashed into the hoardings. I think he'll
Ben
be
said showing a bit
okay.
of concern for it, which is good, because
Yeah.
it wasn't any malice, and
No,
he just sort of
definitely
slugged
not.
him towards the fence.
Ball's out of play then. We're 10 metres around from goal. Colac doing all the attacking.
He's got some speed on him at the moment.
he's
Hillman.
very
Should have
nimble.
taken him on there, Hillman. I
Right.
reckon he would have burned him
Absolutely.
off.
Good agility by Hillman.
Just do the numbers, Wilbur. Don't worry about agility. The ball comes in. Bale knocks it down. Comes down to Stack. Tries to crash his way through. They wrap him up in a tackle. 15 out from the Colac goal. Johnson lands on his butt. And we'll have a ball up.
I've seen the Bell Park coaches have already made their way down already, so they'd
Yeah,
get on the
interesting.
bench. 3 minutes in, they couldn't stand it up there.
He's
So.
coming down for a few tips from the boundary rider.
Very happy with his work.
Yes. Well, so it's Falekos. Picks up the crumbs. Hard against the boundary. Goes towards goal. Poor Buzz liked it for a while, but
Buzz was on board.
then it just didn't keep coming. And it's a minor score. 2 behinds to Colac. Bell Park yet to score. 5.5 minutes gone on this blood Toyota scoreboard.
Not much of a look inside there by Falekos as well.
Lynch found Patton after a
Oh,
fumble
yeah.
and the kick's poor. Misses the target by a long way and out in the full it sailed. Lockie Simcoe will bring it back in. There's plenty of whistles going on. Not sure that's quite needed.
Lucky Veal not going too deep forward either, just staying out.
Nah,
and,
Zydell's
tall
doing the forwards, yeah. He's doing
Side
the
ball,
ruck.
gives it back to
Side
Simkin
ball,
by
yeah.
hand towards McGuan, brings it down to ground level. Couldn't complete the mark. Well, that's Stiffy! Intercepted it really nicely. Ball's just inside 50. Cardinal, look at him crash in. Strong tackle right in the paint with another throw up. They just can't exit out of their defensive 50 at the moment, Kirsch.
No.
Got
cannot.
asked during the week, gentlemen, who the bloody hell's Stiffy?
Yes.
It's Travis Woodmason for everyone.
Heard a lot of talk about Big Shorts, and nobody knows who he is.
Yes, that's all right. That's all right. That's okay. Because Rounds brings it out of defence for Bell Park. Good fist away there from Learson. Oh, Falekos sort of bounced it off his opponent there. Gave it back to Newton. Bounced off him. Cuthill, that is, I think, coming out of defence. Goes towards Garth. Can't trap it. Oh, Micah Panhead throws a boot at it. Then goes back and tackles Garth. Too high,
there
says
you
the
go. He
umpire.
gets his first kick.
He hasn't yet.
Oh, he hasn't. Handballs it across to Jackson Bright. Goes towards goal. Minor score.
Showed his
Wow.
strength there, Garth. Just got rid of his
did,
opponent.
didn't he?
Yeah, Brazzani couldn't go to ground there.
Floyd brings it in quickly, gets a good piece of it, but over the head of Falekos and Lynch for Bell Park to mop up now. Tim Sheringham, always an exquisite user of the
Sheringham.
footy. Oh no, he's not this time. Jinx him with the ball stay in play. It did momentarily before Campbell Floyd ushers it over. And we'll have a boundary throw in 10 metres around from the Bell Park goal this time. They trail.
Jackson
By
Bright
one behind.
immediately calling for a deliberate. They just give it up, boys.
Still
You don't ask, you don't get.
I hate it.
Tossed in. Good throw in this time. Kirsch will be happy. Garth
a lot better.
won it down only as far as Newton though for Colac, who tumbles one out of defensive 50. Good mark, Paddy Seal in front of Hutchison. He goes to move it quickly, but just held up for the time being. There's men in the middle if
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wants, but ignored that. No, he's heading back towards him. He doesn't
you're
know
in
what he wants to
trouble.
do. Paddy Bright bearing down. Couldn't quite. They escaped. Do they just as the mark paid to Cardinal?
Oh.
No, it's not. Play on was the
Bounced.
call.
Bump ball.
Must have been a bump ball under all sorts of pressure here. Veal. McCarthy is forced to backtrack a long way. Has Floyd goalkeeping and now takes a bounce. He has men further ahead. This is
angle kick.
McCarthy.
Oh.
Exquisite use. The mark was dropped by
no.
Liam McCarthy.
Yuck
that
Absolute soda.
Yuck.
And the ball's out of play.
And
Dropped
they
the
had
mark and the handball
Newton.
straight
They had
over the
Newton
line.
running deep on his own.
Yep.
Yeah.
They need to get
run
over that
down.
next one.
Yep.
Newton was free that whole time. He was the one
Yeah.
busting his gut going through the middle. They still didn't use him. We've seen every final. The team that can hit that ball in the middle is going to win.
Yep.
Spinning ball out of side, so as far away as we can get. That's why I've got it. The ball comes out, Veal round the body, puts it into the path of Seal, bounces off Newton's shin. Oh, hard at it there. I reckon that was McCarthy at that dispute, but they're stacked on. Umpire's going to ball it up. What do we see? I reckon that was Ben McCarthy at the bottom of that pack.
Spokes.
Oh, it's Cody Spokes.
Stark contrast to yesterday.
Sort of
Buzz
three.
with both sides just happy to have 6 in front of the ball.
There's a whistle here.
High.
And advantage is paid to McGuan. Mums the
miskicked
kick,
it.
but it works. Cardinal was in acres of space. Gives it off. Here's a chance
Barrow!
for
Barrow!
Barrow. That's it. First goal of the elimination the semi-final, goes the way of the Colac Tigers. Sam Barrow.
Little wheels.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was really good.
That was really good.
So Colac 1-2-8. Bell Park 1 behind. Thanks to Bod Toyota. Your home with dad jokes.
Yep.
I actually thought of that one. I'm going to use it. I was laying in bed this morning thinking, I'm going to use that at some stage today.
Well, who
Give
would
me
have
a-
thought this early?
Given I said it last week, Milky.
No, but that was mine.
Sharp
Mine's more
for you.
appropriate. Come on, give me a spell. It's about timing.
I said literally the same thing last week.
Stagecraft.
The audio's wobbling around.
It's back in the middle. Vale gets it down. Only as far as Falekos. He gets one. You got one in the back, I reckon. Oh,
wow,
Drop
wee.
What? Ping for dropping it.
No.
You got that one
Got
wrong.
to be a lot of free kicks paid today. I think they pay them.
Comes out to rounds. Bump ball. Cody Spokes tries to wrap him up. Got him high. Says he's higher.
Not
He's
sure that
having a
was
bad
high
moment.
Well,
Boy.
Probably they just blend in with the Colac jumpers too, those umpires, don't they? Those nice bright yellow.
Well, they weren't helping them the last two.
No.
Just looking at-
Rounds goes wide to Benstead. Well, he has to be spot on. He's got two there to beat. Or was Monaghan that was Barrow that was doing the fighting there for the Tigers. Comes back to McCarthy. That one is Dylan. Goes wide toward us. Stiffmeister gets it down the line.
look at this.
ZZ top, big
Takes
ZZ
the mark.
top. Look at him.
Yeah, the big ZZ top.
The double Zs.
Yeah. He's got on the centre wing outer side.
He does. Kicks a real high up and under footy. Favours Johnson all by himself.
Oh!
Straight to his hands. Skin
Yeah,
of the leg.
dime.
Hillman tried to find Seal. The handball wasn't great. Barrow makes it look a bit better than what it was.
That's Monaghan, that
Spins
one.
on the left foot. Excuse me, it was Monaghan. Stephen now tackled by Sheringham. Johnson now at ground level. Handballs towards the line. And out
Where's
of
the
play.
appeal? Where's the appeal? Went over the boundary line. Don't just naturally appeal, you blokes.
Johnson had a bad day last week, and that was a horrible one sitting under that high ball. He usually swallows those.
Yep. So to be tossed in right on the paint of 50. Going to the Barwon River end. Tossed in, thump forward by Vale for Bell Park. Simpkin with it. Parries it over the boundary. And we'll have another throw in just forward of centre wing.
Jackson Sheringham boys down there. Has he been on yet?
No.
He started on.
He started on,
started
come off
in the
very
first
quickly,
minute
and
or two.
yeah, not a good sign.
Started in the middle, then come off.
Okay, and
He's been told to get back from the line,
Yeah.
I think, by the officials. It's important.
big shorts Vale gets it down. Oh, Cuddill takes two of them on, tries to get through them. Ball comes out for Lekos. He's stripped of it. In they go. It stacks on again, but just a little toe poke comes out, lands in flags. Payne kicking in danger against Spokes.
Free kick count, Wilbur.
Bell Park about the 3 to Colac's 9.
Oh, Stevenson, ball goes in his direction, but he's just shoved over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in out of side. Cuddill very lucky to get a free kick there. I don't think there was a kicking in danger at all.
No, certainly wasn't.
It's been busy though, Mitch Cuddill.
Yep.
So Colac 1-2-8 just repeating on the Blood Toyota scoreboard. Bell Park just a one behind. We've played just over 12 minutes in this first term. Ball one downside, but had a terrific season. Look at the composure by hand was terrific. Just allows some time for Monaghan to reassess. It was smothered though, and the ball trickled near the boundary. Does it stay in? Floyd, I don't think he wanted it to stay in. Was forced to run it out eventually as he's bundled over by Harry Smith. We'll throw in 60 around from Bell Park's goal. Inside 50s quickly, Wilbur. What are Bell Park up to?
Bell Park about the 3, Colac about the 8.
Yep. So
Spinning ball out of side. Dominant performance so far by Colac Zybel, but it was big shorts. Vale wins it. There's Spokes in there again. Comes out to...
clever.
Just chipping in really smart stuff. Bouncing ball in front of Garth. He's got Prazzani there with him. Can he keep it in? He doesn't. And goes over the... Oh! I thought he got away with it for a minute, but he was
Definitely
certainly
over.
out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. This time, this side of the ground, that's the Kicks commentary side of the ground, 70 around from the Bell Park goal. They trail one behind, 1 goal to Colac's way.
So to be Zydball in the ruck for Colac as front position 2 against Big Shorts. Didn't win it. Cuddill found Ian Alley from 55 out of tracks. The crowd quickly was encroached by 5.
Jeepers.
You got that one
Holding the
right.
footy.
Talk about gang tackling.
Absolutely. And Cody Spokes, Milky says, needed to lift. Kicks wide.
Put it on me, that's it.
In the
Yeah.
absence of Monaghan.
Oh,
The
look at
ball
this.
falls fortuitously now for Malikan, and he breaks clear. Does he? Was he tripped? No, says the umpire. They still have
Good
time here to
pass.
make something of this. Colac now Veal. He's a centre half forward. Jeez, Johnson went over the mark then. Nothing doing. Kick down inside 50. Sheringham couldn't complete the mark. Still has time at ground level. Not. He's a left footer, remember. He's on the wrong side for him. So he's forced a handball over the top. A loopy looking one. Stack has 3 around him, and
Oh,
the
look at
kick's
this.
an ordinary looking thing. It was well done by Harry Smith though.
Absolutely.
Showed clean hands. Stack. And now they escape. Hutchison barrels one
Oh, look
down
out.
the line. Garth has a turning circle of the Queen Mary, I reckon, Milky, as Leeson was stripped of it.
Yep.
You see Leeson
have
there,
a free kick.
he grabbed his opponent's arm and dragged himself
Deliberate,
as well.
yeah.
Smart footy.
Played it well.
Gets it, plays on immediately, gets it over. This is another McCarthy. This is Liam. He's the lefty. Goes deep into the pocket. Newton at the back, can't take the mark. Boy George wrapped up in a tackle straight away. Oh, and slung over by Elford. And the umpire says, give it to me, we'll have a ball up. 55 out from the Colac goal. Been travelling 14, almost 15 minutes.
They're under enormous pressure, the Bell Park backs again, Buzz. Like last week, I reckon they battled when the pressure was on them.
Yep.
Bell Park have had the 11 tackles.
Hasn't been a great start for the Dragons after that heavy loss last week. They exit this stoppage now. Smith under all sorts of Newton pressure, escaped the tackle, not under a lot of pressure, kicks forward. Geez, very good effort from Jared Love, nearly completed the mark. See that shoulder strapped from the AC joint injury as the ball's at ground level.
I think they're
Umpire's
gonna pin
taking
him.
a long
He's
time.
going to ping him.
And he's going to ping
Against Stevenson, against your boy.
Big Toddy.
He's had to sit down, Buzz. He had to take a break for that one.
Free kick can be taken by Simpkin for Colac.
Neither side using the bench too heavily either, guys. Just 7 rotations apiece so far.
Stop it!
Whitey's bringing his best stuff.
Just
Melican gets
making it up as he goes.
Comes over to Stiffy. That's Woodmason. Little chip kick. Goes down to Cody Spokes. Takes the mark right in front of Whitey. Kicks commentary's best boundary rider. Only one stupid enough to do it as the ball goes over to Learson. Spreads it wide. Goes to Brazzani. He's got Floyd wide if he wants him. Decides not to. Goes straight up the centre of the ground over the head of Boy George. And an easy mark
Got to
taken
go,
there
Bell Park.
by
They have a man
O'Connor.
in the centre circle here.
O'Connor goes quickly. Barnes, he spotted it quicker than I reckon O'Connor did.
Over the back.
And then Cullen have got numbers streaming forward. This is Luke Rounds from 65. Has the man over the top and finds him.
It's your man.
That's Stoddy. It
It
is.
is your man.
Todd Stevenson running into a vacant goalmouth. Takes the mark just 5 metres out.
Cuddle's been crucial, boys.
Yeah, he has.
Yep.
Playing that corridor really well, Mitch Cuddle.
Yep.
Yep.
That was the
That's
one.
what he does.
That kick I said, they had him in the middle, and once he got it,
Yeah.
he was able to go, give the hands off, and Rounds was through.
Yeah. It's been there a few times. They haven't used him.
So the most versatile man in the GFL, I reckon, Milky. Can just Mr. Fix it for Bell Park.
Mr. Versatility.
Has a bit to fix after
I
last
just want
week
to see
too.
you bump into him in a pub somewhere and just
Yep.
get.
I'd ask for a photo, I think. probably get a selfie. In comes Stevenson then. Tight angle. Oh, and just very narrow. Toddy. Oh boy.
I don't know whether that was a mix-up, boys, or deliberate, but Prassani on Stevenson there. He's gone away from Jared Garth, so I don't know if that's
I think
deliberate.
they just
I think
caught him
it's-
out the back.
caught him out the
Yeah.
back. Brazzani's usually the last man there, and he was on that occasion the last man back in the defence.
Garth just stayed up outside the 50.
Goal the difference thanks to Blood Toyota.
Simpkin kicks to himself. Gets a little help there from McCarthy with a Shepherd. Goes wide, but it's all Bell Park. Sheringham
switch
takes a
here, huh?
clean mark. That's a good Sheringham in Tim.
That's 50.
Should have been.
Yep.
Should have been. Comes out to Rounds in the centre square. Gives away some ground, but then Rounds goes back to Sheringham. He's put him under the pump. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says no prior.
Just went the wrong way there,
Yep.
Rounds. He had Lynch to keep coming across this way, as Whitey said. The switch was on, they had numbers, and Rounds to refuse to keep going.
Even
Good
just
tackle
quick
by the big
inside 50.
fella, though.
Yeah.
Good tackle by McGuan.
That was a terrific tackle.
Tossed up just outside 50. Paddy Bright works away through. Got it as far as Knott. Look at Stiffy trying to apply some good pressure on Paddy Knott. Gives away the free kick though.
Just got a little run on here at Bell Park at the moment.
He's a raking left footer. He uses that now with the socks up towards Stevenson. Just out muscled a bit by Prazzani, who had to sit at the back.
Look out,
nicely
look out.
by Love, who steps on goal.
Oh.
Too much on it. For a minor score. So
Did
just
really
starting
well
to work
there,
their way into it.
They went out with very little numbers in their forward 50 there, Bell Park. It was interesting. They kept him outside the 50.
Empty them out, yeah.
Learson goes to the straight up the outer side. Newton's his target. 3 Bell Park players there. Paddy Bright pays the mark.
Disco boy.
Yep. Oh, he's kicked it all the way along the ground. Spokes goes over his head. Comes out the back. Stevenson's in there. What can he do? It's at his bootlaces. Umpires blows the whistle and says, "You're going to have a ball up." This time 30 out from the Bell Park goal. They trail 3 behinds to Colac 1-2-8 at the 18.5 minute mark of this first quarter. Nice tight encounter, boys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Colac a +9 in uncontested kicks.
Tossed up. Stevenson doing the ruck duties this time against Veal. Veal was a convincing winner in that one. Bell Park emerged with it. Knott tries to dance through. Nearly holding the footy, I reckon. Umpire concurs.
Doesn't like the handball inside 50, does he?
No, doesn't like a right foot kick either by the look of things.
Their last 5 exits have been intercepted by Bell Park, so this will be this is where they're struggling at the minute.
Had spokes on short, ignores that and goes to McGuan.
Setting up the wall well behind the footy though, Kirsch. That's
Yeah, a
why.
little bit old school, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is, yeah.
Long way from where he's accustomed to. Jake McGuan in his defensive 50 kicks out of there now. Side ball.
Over
Good
the
sit.
top. Yep.
Good grab. Oh, the big ruckman goes down the line towards his fellow ruckman, I reckon. Big Veal.
Colac
Can he
get
get
it
rid
here.
of Benstead?
Good
Benstead
tackle.
emerges with it. Just dropped the footy. All sorts of pressure here on the way of the Dragons. Colac come in, lay some good tackles, and the ball's just forward to centre wing for them.
You said it, Milky. They
Yeah.
managed to get an outnumber there at the back there.
Yep.
Hillman was left inside the 50 with Sheringham on it because Benstead had to push up. So both teams are trying to catch each other at the back at the moment.
Ball up, out of side. Zybel, no, sorry, that was Veal, got a hand to it. Here's Knott, goes in, picks it up, raking left, just
handball.
bombs
Overlap.
it. Just bombs it. Puts Stevenson under all sorts of pressure. Ball comes back. This time Prezani gives off the handball to Learson. Learson takes a bounce, almost lost it. Has another one. Didn't see his Bell Park opponent coming at him. Ball comes out to Cody Spokes. He gets it across to Stiffy Woodmason. He's got looking for slime time, but McCarthy goes back. Doesn't take the mark. Benstead gets a spoil in. Jacko Sheringham's there. The bad Sheringham goes down the line looking for his good mate in Jackson Bright. Can he keep it in? Flips it in towards Garth. Garth applies the tackle this time. Prezani gives it across to Woodmason. And Woodmason's kick will be marked by Cardinal.
Really nice composure from the stiff.
Great intercept by Benstead to come off his man
Yeah.
and getting away.
So a pretty good start to the game. So Cardinal goes a long way back to Kane Learson, who kicks off the instep. Malikan has some work to do. Floyd can apply the block if he needs. No, Floyd just keeps running. Probably should have blocked, I reckon, because Sheringham intercepted the handball and the ball ends up out of play.
Yeah, it wasn't great synergy out there. Those two.
Bit of a buzzword this weekend, isn't it?
Synergy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we saw none of it yesterday.
Yes.
Well, for one team, anyway.
Bell Park have levelled the inside 50s to 9-0.
Had it all up there.
70 out then from goal. One down by Veal. Newton with a slight fumble. Ball teeters near the boundary and then applies a real strong tackle on Tyler Stack on the
He
heart of
impressed
centre
me
wing.
last week, Buzz. Newton impressed me.
Yeah.
Best game I'd seen him play.
I reckon
last
he's a
week.
very underrated player. The Colac people really love him.
He's had a good start to the game.
Thanks for that. Swing ball out of side. It's Veal and Big Shorts. Big Shorts, Vale gets it, knocks it to ground, stacks on. I reckon that's Falekos at the bottom there, is it? That went in for the tackle. And we'll see him hand that ball to the umpire. And we'll have a ball up out of side again. Oh, that's what you're all doing. Look at the monitor. That's a good idea. The ball comes out.
I think I was looking at Kurt.
Yeah, I thought there was something going on between you two. You kept looking at each other. So it's Newton. Out of sight. Just bombs it down to Zybel. Johnson's got his back to it. Gets a finger to it. G. McCarthy's there. Can he get around onto his left? He does. Puts it into the forward pocket looking for slime time. Goes off his shin. Can he get it off the deck? He does. Bang! Lukey Hillman. Slime time. Gets Colac second.
It was a pretty poor kick to that contest by the Colac player, but it worked out because Hillman has that turn of pace that not many players his side have in this league.
That's his 61st for the year, Buzz.
Crazy Kirsch.
Averaging 3 a game.
And only had 19 over his previous 2 seasons of GFL footy.
Wow.
Speaks volumes.
It does.
Such an impressive young player now.
Breakout year.
Absolutely. So Colac move on to 2-2-14 now. It's been near quarter time, 22 minutes gone. Bell Park yet to kick a goal. Just the 3 behind thanks to Blood Soda. So look at Jake McGuan Milky in the middle of the park here playing as
Rover.
Yeah.
Tyler Stack. Interesting movement. So big-bodied midfield at the moment. Falekos first there under some pressure. Stiffy did nicely. He showed some nice clean hands early. Kick from Learson puts him on hand under some pressure. It was a 2-on-1 and Paddy Bright was the second man in the contest. Has the footy for Bell Park. Kicks towards Garth. 2 hands to it. There were flyers wanted. Ian Alley couldn't quite. Well done by the stiff meister.
Got it in
He
the back.
jumped on it, but got the high tackle.
It's really poor
Nice
by
on
Ian
free
Alley.
kick.
You have to pick that ball
Right
up
there.
in that situation. He's running through the goal there. You can't miss that, Ian Alley.
Woodmason goes to the outer side. His target's Zybel. Third in line though, going back, taking a good mark. He's Big Shorts Vale.
Still hasn't rotated yet. 23.5 minutes.
Goes with the left into the pocket. Woodmason Stevens at the back. Not. There's a shove there and a free kick going to Woodmason. Stiffy got a shove as it comes out to Floyd, who kicks a shocker in the direction of Learson. Put him under all sorts of pressure. He goes around the body with his left, goes to Paddy Bright. He's having trouble picking it up, Paddy. Had time, goes towards goal. He goes bang! Gets
what a
Bell
goal.
Park's first one.
It's United Fields nomination there for the karaoke kick.
Absolutely. Didn't think he was going to pick it up. And then when he did, just bang off a step.
Tell you what, Kirsch, I know you want your players to back yourself, but kicking across goal on your left foot
To
from
three
from
on
one
one?
pocket to the
No,
other.
no.
It's risky stuff by Campbell Floyd.
It's just poor vision and then poor decision making.
Yeah, it's the wrong choice.
Yep.
Both sides missing a lot of targets, though, aren't they? And floating the footy. Don't know if it's flat or not, but kicking hasn't been great.
Notice the last 2 games, like yesterday and today, a lot of players are overrunning the football.
Yep.
Like all over the ground. Pretty ordinary yesterday, and today was
Is it
very
nerves?
similar.
It's got to be finals nerves, hasn't it? You think?
I think it's just the extra pressure.
Yeah.
The extra tackling, because players aren't missing tackles at this stage.
Bale wins it, knocks it down. Falekos gets in, gets it over to his teammate and finishes up back with our man, Wood Mason. Stiffy gets it across to Zeibel. Zeibel in the...
Oh, 50,
and
yeah,
50.
I was about to say, can't run that close.
50 to Zeibel. Could be a really interesting 50. You see how far back he takes him.
Should take him inside 50.
If he gets inside the arc, Zeibel's a bit of a chance here. How far in is he? How deep is he take? Take him to 48. For Zeibel.
Mark Zanotti look-alike. For those that remember
You're
Mark
still-
Zanotti.
You're still trying to find someone to put a hat on him, aren't you?
Well, I can't say his name, so I've got to come up with something.
So when he comes, you'll kick him right on the paint of 50.
Like
Short
Veal
50,
deep on
might I
the-
add.
on
And
the
he
line.
comes, and I tell you what, he's given
Oh,
it
he
some
stopped
sort
it.
of ride, but he just tugged it left, trying to get that extra distance.
I think you're right, that was a bit of a short 50. The square
The
is
square's
50
50.
metres, so it had to be 25 in
Yeah.
the square. Then
Correct.
it 25 in, so it should have been 10 metres closer there, I'd say.
Wouldn't have thought that's the hardest thing to work out, but anyway.
It seems like they don't
okay.
understand how long the
No.
square is, no matter where it's played.
Exactly.
It's the same size.
It doesn't change.
That's
Nor
tough.
does that 50-metre arc.
No,
Yeah.
that is true. So Lynch
Sure,
Has
there's
he-
any of them a mathematician. Not sure any of them actually went to school.
just one from
All
the
played
kick
sport.
out. Stevenson went through his hands, and Colac will drive one back inside 50 again here. A deep entry. O'Leary has to sit for Bell Park. Newton came late. Falls to Spokes. Gets around one.
Oh,
and
tackle.
will intercept
Great
it.
tackle.
Brilliantly done. It was a strong tackle. Set it well. Kick out wide towards Paddy Bright, who has to work and stretch. It did really nicely.
Great
He's
kick.
right in front of
Yeah,
us. It
Rounds
was a
has been good,
beautifully
hasn't
weighted
he?
Yeah,
kick.
really good kick.
And then he finds Jared Love.
Got to get it into guard.
He's at half forward. Just a bit slow. Barnesy said it. Had
Yeah,
to
you're
be
right.
a bit
It was-
quicker.
Yep.
Now he's forced to just sit and wait. He's
Colac numbers
still
back.
Yeah, they got
75
Floyd
from
back.
home. Awkward looking left foot kick. They got numbers back. Stop guard from clunking the air out of the thing. Takes the mark.
Now he's going to have a kick, Kirsch.
He is.
Yeah, has to. Got no choice
He
here.
has no choice. I suppose he could handle, but
This to level the scores.
It's like you should have just done that from the start. You had probably the best full forward of the year inside your 50, and you don't kick it to him. You just got to
Yeah.
get it into him.
Hit 3 targets in a row there, though, which is probably the first time that's happened all match from either
Yeah.
side.
All started with Luke Rounds coming in.
Lewinson.
Really good clearance out of the back line.
You're right, White. It's probably the first time either side's really gone clean from one end to the other.
first time we've actually seen a little bit of spread as well.
Jared Garth over 90 goals this GFL season. Comes in.
Bang.
Little poker is good.
Scores the level.
All tied up. Semi-final, Jared Garth with his first. 2-3-15 apiece then on the Blood Toyota scoreboard. We've played 27.5 minutes first term.
That's when you guys are supposed to say something.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Said it all
I think we said always he was lining
Yeah,
up. It started with that tackle down here in the
You know what happens?
50,
You give dead air and Wilbur jumps in. So you've got to stop
okay,
that.
fair enough.
It's good to see the game opening up a little bit, Kirsch, and getting that spread.
Well, that's the first time I think we've seen it.
Yeah,
A little bit of spread from that superb tackle. I don't know who it was actually. That tackle was it O'Leary?
yeah, it was
Colac.
a game. It was a goal-saving tackle, and it ended up setting up the
Colac plus 15 kicks.
Well, Veal wins this one. Knocks it down. Spokes tries to track it. Jacko Sheringham applies a tackle. Newton, round the body he goes. Bouncing ball. Need a kind bounce here. McGuan gets it over. Seal. Paddy Seal goes towards goal. Slime time.
Oh.
Bouncing
Through.
ball. Oh, did he get a
Oh.
hand on it? Hit the post.
Would have been a goal, Milky.
Yep. I don't think he got a hand
If it
on
didn't
it.
hit the post, it would have
If he kicked it through the goals, it would have been.
So Lynch with the kick out. Puts Colac
Oh, look at
momentarily in
this.
front by a point and rounds. Had 2
That's
to
out in
beat.
the full.
That's out in the full, I reckon. That didn't touch
Yeah,
any hands, did
It
it?
is. Didn't touch your hand.
So it'll be coming straight back in.
Rounds claiming he touched it, but
Looked like a touch on it from here, but
McCarthy to bring it back in for Colac. Just measures one to about 34.
It's cleared them all.
they reckon it's bounced.
Cleared
The Bell Park
about
players
7
are
of them.
fuming.
Paddy Seal, isn't it?
It is
Yeah, it
Paddy
is.
Seal.
Yeah.
That cleared about 6 pairs of hands.
Yeah, it
Gosh.
did.
I don't think it bounced.
No.
Bounced in his
No,
hands.
just saw the
Clearly
replay.
bounced.
You got a replay on your screen there.
Oh,
Do we
there
get
we
a
go.
replay?
Yeah.
It's
When was
extraordinary.
that yesterday? Did we have that yesterday?
Yeah, we
I
always
don't-
have a replay.
No, we didn't have it yesterday. No.
Well, give us a bit of warning so we can have a look. I missed it.
I just looked over and saw
Wow.
Anyway,
Could
Paddy
have
Seal,
solved a few arguments yesterday.
he'll kick.
it. You'd still argue.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
He'll kick from 25. Angle should be no problem. Just
Oh,
a
he's pulled it.
measure of accuracy, and the accuracy lets him down.
Would have been a goal, Wilbur, if it went through.
Yep.
Oh, get some giggles from the boundary rider.
Have a look at Whitey.
Lynch from full back. So it's 2-3 plays 2-5, 2 behind in the favour
strong.
of the Tigers. And that's a really strong mark there to the good Sheringham in Tim. Has it at half back.
Good experience there against his younger
Yep.
opponent.
Goes long down the line. Up they go. I reckon Vale might have got some hands on that, but it comes back to Cody Spokes. So no, he doesn't. Goes to Cody Spokes now. Cross to Newton. Ducks under the tackle. Really well done. Gets to a teammate, does he? No, he doesn't.
Still in.
Oh, it's
Still
still
in
in
play.
play. That's got to be a McCarthy in there. Sheringham throws it forward, and we'll have a nothing because the siren blew, and that's the quarter time score. 2-3 Bell Park, 15 to Colac, 2-5, 17. A really entertaining first quarter, guys.
Absolutely. Good tight contest. Like we said, we only seen a few times where the ball got on the outside and we saw some good spread. But apart from that, it's pretty willing. You've got to be head over the ball type stuff today. You win your own ball and get that ball forward. So it's a good contest.
Yes. Yeah, we saw both sides are really hard, generally.
Zidebell getting a fair bit of work on his calf too at the break, and Liam McCarthy on his backside, bit of a rub there. So
Interesting
Sore guys
that
for Colac,
Jackson
really.
Sheringham's gone to a wing. He's
Yeah,
played a
yeah.
little bit outside.
He often starts on the outside and tries to get in there. He was a little bit hesitant in a couple of contests where he could have dived in. He sort of stood off a little bit.
Trying to see what the umpire's waiting for.
Just someone that was last people getting off the ground. But
Oh, it looks to me like they're shopping in Morrible Street at the moment because I
the
think anybody
gates,
out
the
in the
gates
ground.
open.
Gates are open.
Give me a spell. They're waiting for that sniper up in the top shelf to holds it aloft to start this second quarter. 2-point margin in favour of the Tigers. Up they go, Veal and Vale. Big shorts. Comes across to Newton. Sends Colac into attack. Zybel's the target. Oh! There's a nomination.
All the Zeds. Up he went.
United Fuels nomination. Perfect tap there by Veal in the ruck to set that up.
calf
Yep.
looked all right there.
Perfect start for Colac. It's what they wanted.
Yeah,
with the
on the
clearances
replay.
to get-
Beautiful stuff, Liam. Nice replay here on our screen.
I don't know if you saw in that stoppage then Buzz, that centre bounce is Veal just tapped it back to Leeson who was playing that sweeper role, but no one actually come to him.
Yep.
So they were playing standoff footy a little bit rather than that one-on-one set up in the middle.
Zybel 5 metres closer than the one he missed in the first quarter. We've got a really good shot of this. Oh, he's just
dear.
tugged it left. He's going to not even make the distance as Vale gets a fist on it and just sends it over the boundary line. Have a throw in 2 metres around from the Colac goal.
Could have done a bit better than that. He probably should have taken the mark or punched it through the behind.
Yeah, good result now for
So I reckon
Colac with
Jackson
the stoppage.
Sheringham's experience in the centre at the moment when things are tight, I'd be chucking him in there if he was right.
I think that's part of the reason why Tim's got in there as well. Is that experience.
And certainly suits the Dragons probably a bit more, if anything, than
This time!
the throw-in suited him.
Great assist by the umpire,
Sharked
wasn't
it
it?
out of there. His second.
It's just poor umpire with that throw in again. It just makes it too easy for the younger ruckman.
Yep. So 3 points the margin that behind extends Colac's lead to.
We're going to have to get a sponsor for this replay screen, I think.
It's been magnificent. Might as well call it the Kariba Health Group replay screen.
The Liam Memorial
They call
replay.
He's not
Long,
dead. Can't be
long
a
kick out.
memorial.
He hasn't quite cucked it. There's the ball. It's punched out of play.
Still looking
60
all right from
around.
here.
I think it's the Pritchard picture. That's what it is.
Picture.
Yeah.
So it'll be tossed in. Still down the attacking end for the Tigers. Nice throw in this time, Kirsch.
Yeah,
Veal
much better deep.
dumped it down. Cardinal was wrapped up in a very strong tackle. Look at the players go to work, Stephen. One of the players in there is Cardinal, and a few players exchange phone numbers.
It's a bit of extra
See who that is.
attention for George Stephen.
Getting
That
up.
was got dragged to the ground, I think.
Yep.
Kendrick George Stephen to a boy George. Been a bit quiet.
Yep.
Up they go. Veal taps
much
it
media sleep for
clear.
him.
Comes back. Tim Sheringham gets it. One-on-one.
Oh,
Clever.
clever.
Gee whiz.
That's a nomination as well. Put that one down.
He is a beauty, this bloke.
He's a
Puts it
ripper.
out in front of his teammate. I told you Pot will be around somewhere. It comes across to O'Leary. He goes back and gets the old 1-2. Some good work here from Paddy Seal. Wrapped up in the tackle, though. You're going in trouble. Big trouble. Play on to advantage. Rounds. He ran out of bounds.
He's out of bounds
The
for sure, yeah.
Rounds. Puts it up looking for Vale. But
Boundary
Floyd
umpire, don't
goes
worry about
back.
the fight. Worry about calling out of bounds.
Yeah. Rounds ran out of bounds, champ.
He did.
That white line that's in front of
Got
you.
his hand up.
Floyd took a good mark going back
That's
into
where
the
you need the
space.
emergency umpire coming out in his track pants. That's usually where they jump
It's
out.
his job.
And then good hard running from the mop-haired youngster. And the length of the width of the 50, excuse me, to receive the ball from Wood Mason. So they just take their time now. Colac. McCarthy spears one in short and finds Spoke. Still backward to centre wing on the outer side. And then goes short again. Little 15-metre passes, finds Cardinal.
Just happy to maintain possession at the moment.
Just near in the middle of the ground. He looks this way and that. And then
Got the boss outside.
Learson on the outer side. Stops and props and then spears one down the line. Probably not his best kick.
That's a few
Fell
missed
well
targets
short of Newton.
from Leeson today. He's usually one of the better kicks in the league. He's been just a little bit off today.
Well, look
How
at
good is
it.
this?
Look at this
How good is
replay
this?
of Mitch Cuddill's one-hander.
Stop it.
He's unbelievable. We might stay here all night, get a few frothies and just sit here and watch the replay.
First could watch the replay of yesterday's game, maybe.
Oh, Whitey's just dug one in.
Feel at the back, knocks it down as far as McGuan unloads a bomb. Johnson goes back, Seibel gets a fist on it. Cardinal, what can he do? Goes left, goes right, then around the body with the left, underneath it, slam time. At the bottom of the pack, one of the McCarthys, I reckon that was Liam, and he's wrapped up. Umpire says we'll have a ball up.
I haven't had a chance to reply to Whitey yet. He's going to bad Monday with Grovedale tomorrow. Sorry, mate.
Someone else gave you that material, didn't they?
One down strongly by Vale, but to no avail. And Johnson was wrapped up in a strong tackle. So we're not far around from goal, just 5 metres or so. Thumped clear. Is that out in the full?
He's flipped it out.
I reckon
He's
it is.
going to pay it. He's going to pay it.
That's out in the full. You
Yep.
can't hit it out of the ruck
Yep.
without it touching a hand. So slime time, Luke Hillman will be the recipient. A good man to have it. Have a look at the replay here on the
Here's a
Pritchard
replay,
picture.
yep. Vale
that's
just flipped it
definitely
over his
right
head.
decision.
Was it touched though on the
No,
way?
He's already paid it.
I reckon he was out of play by the time he got a hand to it. So Hillman
this.
improves the angle slightly.
Watch this.
He'll enjoy this
Nah.
if he kicks it. It floats a long way across the face and just snuck in for a behind, I reckon.
Just didn't get enough curve on the ball.
Perhaps could have looked for an option. There was a couple at the top of the arc. He could have just squared it up.
Colac have had the 8 uncontested touches marks for the quarter, just trying to get the uncontested ball to be able to use it around the big ground.
O'Leary brings it out for Bell Park, goes to the outer side. Learson gets in, offers the spoil, comes out to Paddy Bright. His ball comes back out to Sheringham. That's the good one. Tim Johnson paddles it in front of him, but the ball goes over the boundary line. Over throw in. They actually gained meterage out of that,
They
Colac.
did. Yeah.
Yep.
Looked like Johnson almost was going backwards with the ball there. He should have just taken it straight out.
So it's 35 around from the Colac goal.
Tossed in now. Still a slender lead for the Tigers. McGuan just bounces off rounds. His kick was smothered though by that man. And O'Connor spinning ball on the right foot. Wonderful punch away. The ball again ends up
Free
out of
kick.
play.
A
There's
free kick.
Lots of appeals and a free kick. What was that for, Kirk?
Holding the man as
Holding
he
the man.
flung him around.
So it'll be Newton, the recipient.
Oh,
Have a
look,
at the,
look.
Look
This
at the
is
replay here.
gold.
We'll have a look to see it. Yep, that's
Yeah.
probably fair enough.
Yep.
Made the most of it, but it was there.
Made the umpire see
So
it.
he'll kick from just on the paint of 50, I reckon, Newton. By the time he makes contact with it, he does. Well spotted buzz and then gives it a little.
Oh, Benny
Just fell
Johnson.
short. Ben Johnson, strong hands.
Free kick, yeah, too high.
Free kick or.
I was more impressed about the good call Buzz. Call by Buzz.
Yeah, well, look out. Ball comes out from defence. Not leads in the race. Garth there to apply the shepherd. Goes long. It's 2-on-1 here. And they work it out well here, the Colac Tigers.
Again by Notthead, just seems like he picks up and decides to kick it immediately
He
without
does.
looking.
Tunnel vision.
Twice he hasn't looked for that overlap, and
So
when it's
Dylan
been
McCarthy goes back to Floyd. Floyd goes out to the boss in Learson.
Numbers out on the outer wing.
Learson goes to Newton. He had slime time there to go to, but he goes inside to Simpkin. Simpkin on centre wing, outer side. Steadying, goes to Paddy Seal. Doesn't let him down, takes the mark. Getting plenty of calls from where to go. He goes out wide to Zeibel. Wood Mason third in line. Ball hits the deck. Johnson overrunning it was McGuan. Ball comes out to the good Sheringham. No, it's not. That's Ellis in there. And the ball, he's wrapped up. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll
Ellis.
ball it up 40 out. Ellis? Alford, sorry.
That's the good Alford.
The good Alford. Yeah, that's it. Don't know what
Tossed
happened
up.
there.
We're just about directly in front of goal. Well done by Vale. Johnson
Well
lifted
done.
in this second term. Kicks under pressure, exits the defensive 50. Thumped away by microphone head. Geez, Stack just got him called out of that one, I reckon, then lays a strong tackle on Newton in the meantime. And we'll have a ball up right on 50. So the scoreboard, thanks to the Crybo Health Group, reads Colac 2-7-19, Bell Park 2-3-15. They're yet to score in their second term, Milky. We've been playing at just over 8 minutes.
Knott gets the roving duties there from the Veal tap. Comes back,
whack
goes
again.
whack around the body, just up and under. Floyd should have his name all over this and marks it right in the centre of the ground. Knocked out of his hands, and accidentally, says the umpire. Goes to Spokes, takes the mark, 65 out. He's got Stiffy if he wants him. Goes over his head, and he's found his teammate there in Paddy Seal.
Game's just opening up a little bit, I think, for Colac at the moment. They're using the ball a lot better, maintaining possession and getting that ball in quick forward.
They had an outnumber in their 50 there, Colac. There was a 2-on-1 situation, so they spread pretty well.
Yep.
Seal went to the right spot, and it was a good kick to find him.
The difference is just ball possession at the moment. They're actually maintaining possession all around the ground at the moment, and Bell Park are rushing their kits like Knott has the last couple.
Yeah,
So
that Knott kickers one we were talking about at the break, where you got to get that first disposal and get into space before hacking forward.
Paddy Seal has kicked 2 behinds. Can he get one to go straight? He's got his 3rd behind.
Colac are going at 74% for the kicking efficiency for the quarter.
74%.
How are you
Good's
measuring
that,
that?
Wilbur?
Oh,
Well done, Wilbur.
Done that nicely.
The boys are really firing up on a Sunday. We've got replays.
Super
Whitey's
Sunday.
made a funny joke for the first time.
That was accidental, I didn't mean it.
Lynch chips over the top and finds Alfred in the back pocket. It's the Sunshine Boys, brings out the best ever. And chopped off by Gorble.
Still
Still
in.
in.
It stays in.
One time.
He can measure.
Over it!
Gets
Oh, wow.
goal the day, ZZ Top.
Too many Zeds.
Look at the replay.
Watch the replay this one. Hillman just goes round the body and just throws a boot at it.
I reckon it was out of bounds near the 50 here. When
Oh,
it
Whitey, don't spoil the party.
Yeah, but
That was Wayne Harms. Yeah.
So,
We know that boundary umpire wouldn't have picked it.
so Zach Zeidel hacking one out of midair from the goal square. Kick a miraculous goal. 3-8-26 he moves his side onto. That's Colac, Bell Park 2-3-15. 10 minutes gone thanks to the Crybo Health Group.
Unbelievable flexibility from the big man to get his boot up.
It was a
Yeah.
karate kick. It was it's wonderful to watch.
I wonder whether Hillman's would have just made its way back through the goals anyway.
Probably
It was on that
would have.
roll
Yeah.
as it go up in the middle. This time it's for Lekos, tries to crash his way through, pokes the boot at it, comes out rounds, just unloads to the outer side. Jackson Bright leads in the race. Can he trap it? Just decides to slap it forward. Simpkin reads it best, gets it back to Monaghan. That's Brendan, and he overruns it. The boundary line's a winner here. We'll have a throw in on the outer side.
That was Colac's first handball for the quarter, so they've just been
First handball.
using lots of the uncontested marks and kicks.
I find that hard
I
to
find
believe.
that hard to
but that's
believe, I reckon.
incredible.
I've got him down for 7 handballs.
Tossed in on the outer side. Bathed in sunshine now, Simmons Stadium. Good crowd too for a Sunday here. Paul Green-Level Cardinal's done some heavy lifting. Another strong tackle there. We'll have a ball up.
Vale into his, 37th minute. Rucking.
Jared Garth been drawn up to the footy a lot this quarter too. He's deep now, which I like much better.
Yeah, that's
So,
what we mentioned before, White. He has been drawn up to sort of centre wing.
Yeah.
A fair
Bale
bit.
won it down to Jackson Sheringham. Had 2 hanging off him though as he took possession.
He's dragged it. No, he hasn't.
The ball came out not. Handball, can you
Handball.
believe it?
Yes.
Extraordinary, never seen that before. Ian Alley's first there. From 55 out, chips on up towards Stevenson. Had 2 to beat, did it right, broad to ground level. Still a live chance here, Cuddill. Hands were clean. Stevenson stepping on goal. Microphone head, dropped the mark. Couldn't quite complete it. It'll fall to Tim
look
Sheringham.
out, look out.
Who
Oh,
tries
God.
It was a
Great
brilliant
tackle.
Well done, Lee
Little
Gorwell.
Gorwell,
The
yep.
young man standing up against Mr. Experienced Tim Sheringham wins his tide a free kick.
Go here now.
Set it
Comes
on the
out.
quarter, Gorwell.
Yep, comes out to Floyd. Floyd in turn comes across the running Veal. Can he bend down and get at the big fella? He does. Takes a couple out with him. Gets a handball across to Learson. Back to Gorwell. Gorwell goes through. Vale now gets a handball out. Sheringham, Tim across to. He's just pinched by Spokes. Spokes unloads off a step. Underneath it is Barrow. Does he take the mark?
Oh,
Nothing
touched.
doing, says
Touched, was it?
umpire.
Yeah, okay.
Not sure about the call, but
touched.
Clearly
Yeah,
touched.
probably should have tried to tap it to one of his players that was next to him, but
Just interesting by Garth in that one. He should have bodied the ball and
Yep.
gone straight through.
Yeah,
He sort of
should've.
stood back trying to hold
Yep.
it into him.
Yep.
Got to go straight through the ball in these situations.
So we're 70 around then from the Bell Park goal. There's a whistle and a free hit going the way of the Dragons in the ruck infringement. So Vale gives it quickly to Sheringham, goes by hand to Ian Alley from the point of 50. Slips in! Oh, the disco boy kicks the goal.
He's second, by the way.
Paddy Bright, lovely anticipation, and Bell Park needed that. 5 points now the margin. Colac 3-8-26, Bell Park 3-3-21.
Just saw the words on the screen and came and claimed it there, Paddy Bright.
That was not that funny.
That was all right.
Yeah, karaoke.
That was okay.
Disco's gone from karaoke to disco, and even you said that, Buzz. Yeah. Oh, look at this. He's got the microphone up. He's talking to me. Have a look at this. Lunatic.
Prior to today, Buzz, the Bell Park team had only had 2 players that had kicked 20 or more goals.
Being Jackson Bright and Garth.
Correct. Now, Paddy Bright has moved to 21. So
there you go.
So
not a good spread of goal kickers.
No.
Zybel wins it.
We've got someone kicking 90.
Goes over McGuan's head. Picked off here by O'Connor. Haven't called much of his name today. Oh, Simpkin got dragged to the ground, surely.
Nope.
Umpire says nothing doing. Comes out to Smith. He goes towards goal.
Oh,
Floyd
and he pays
downfield. He's paid that.
Ooh. Free kick count, Wilbur?
3 apiece now.
Look at the replay here. We'll have a good look at it.
Smith.
Not a lot in it.
50-50.
He did it as he kicked, so...
Then Paddy Bright, the recipient. Chance to get his 3rd goal.
And put him in front.
Yes.
I think the word out of town, Milky, was a slightly better preparation for this afternoon's game than he had going into his last.
Just loves shoving him under the bus, doesn't he?
Paddy comes in. Garth watches it. Oh, he's hit the woodwork.
He liked it too.
Yeah.
He did.
It was curling back.
Bell Park have had the 3 uncontested marks for the quarter.
So they're just working their way back into it. The Dragons looked, for all money, Colac's quarter for the first 6 or so minutes, but they've clawed their way back into it. Now only trailing by 4 points.
Oh, he's
That's
got
a
this
poor
up.
kick. Shocking kick. O'Connor intercepted it. Patton now on the point of 50, tackled by 2. And we'll have a ball up. So 15 gone. Game still very much in the
Oh,
balance.
absolutely.
2 tight contested teams. No real free-flowing footy as yet. Suits the Dragons, I feel, more than it does Colac. 1 down. Newton tackled strongly by O'Connor again.
Oh, he's not. He's not.
You can't ping him.
You
Oh,
can't. He had
wow.
no prior.
There is 0 opportunity to get rid of that footy then. He was set upon just about immediately, I reckon. It was simultaneous, him grabbing the footy to being tackled. Anyway, O'Connor has the footy, has Sheringham on shorts. Made him work, but he marks it on a very, very tight angle. This will take his best, but we know, very talented.
Have to be pinpoint from
Sheringham.
here to hit a target or go through the goals.
He's at left half forward.
He's having a shot.
Tim Sheringham improves the angle slightly and then gives it.
Wow.
Flushes it.
Why would you go?
Class personified. Tim Sheringham lets
He's
it
all
home,
class.
and the Dragons take the lead.
And just the old
First
pump-up
time.
celebration too, just the one fister.
Yep, just the one.
Follow me, boys.
How good's that?
That was brilliant, and we'll take a lot of beating for the goal of the day too, just quietly.
United Fuels.
Oh, those Zybels was pretty handy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when I
no,
think about it.
But Vale's come off again. Probably that 45-minute mark he's played straight. 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
So on the Cryo Bay Health Group scoreboard, that's 4-4-28. Bell Park hit the lead for the first time, 3-8-26. 11 scoring shots to 8 in the favour of the Tigers, but they trail.
Your boy in the ruck.
Stevenson, yeah.
You can do everything.
Stevenson versus Zybel. Stevenson goes
Except
early.
tap.
Win a tap. Ball comes out. McGuan's in there. So too Sheringham. Free kick going O'Connor's way by the looks.
They're not asking for advantage, but you can't really pay that.
Yeah.
Interesting, McGuan continues to stay in the centre square bounces.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
ruck
isn't having
rover.
much of an impact.
doing
in
it.
there
No,
at
he's
this
not.
stage.
He's not getting his body involved. If you're going to do that, you've got to be blocking for others.
Buzzes man Stevenson, who puts it out in front of Jackson Bright. Marks right on the paint of 50. Just pops it in. Looking for Garth. It's fisted away from him with a big duke there. Falekos just handballs over the top to nobody in particular. Cuthill, can he keep it in? He can't. And we'll have a throw in. Or 30 around. Gee, they've started to own the game a bit here in recent times, Bell Park.
Yeah, they've got to run on.
Absolutely. So 45 inside, 45 metres from goal, it should say. For Bell Park really pressing now. Ahead by 2 points. Zybel for Colac though, had back position. Won it down Ian Alley though. Swoops on it. Stiffy rips him off it. Nothing doing according to the umpire. Newton just hacks it out there. McGuan has the sit. Takes the mark in front of Stevenson.
Ruck Rover.
He's still on the pain of his own defence. If he looks to switch the play, this has to be a good kick. He has Learson and Floyd going for it. The ball doesn't hit any of them, and Floyd's forced to dribble across the line along the ground towards Learson. Not a great result in the end for the Tigers, and the ball's out of play on the far side.
Had they got it out, there would have been a foot race between Learson and Garth, which you would have just about backed Learson, but they couldn't get clear possession.
The kicker did be more Learson orientated to go in front of him.
Spinning ball out of side. Zybel and Stevenson to do battle. Up they go. Stevenson at the back, knocks it down. There's Newton, tries to get the footy clear, but he's brought to the ground. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up. Right where the throw-in landed. 26 to 28.
Stoppage.
Up they go again. There's that bit, boys. I don't know if you can hear it, but the ball comes down.
I think it's
Wood Mason,
timekeepers.
yeah, it is the timekeepers. The ball comes out. Stevenson gets his hands across to Johnson, who just gives him a no-look handball over his head. Goes to his mate in Sheringham. The ball's picked up here by Knott. He does handball. Sees Buzz. Gave it a Stack on the run. Goes very wide. Finds his mate in Jackson Bright. Has time now to
on in the
steady.
goal square. That's easy. That was that one we were talking about all day with Knott. If he can find that handball into the middle, it's a perfect handball that time, Shersh.
Yeah. I'm just looking back at that stoppage. I don't know if you heard me say that Tyler Stack's pulled out of that stoppage. So Tyler Stack pulled out of that stoppage, and his running pattern was straight through the middle of the corridor, and no one went with him.
Got a really good look at this one. Right over Jackson Bright's shoulder. 2 points the margin at the moment. Can he stretch it? Oh,
yes,
beautiful kick straight through the guts. They get another one.
It was the first time not actually lowered his eyes and looked for a runner or a handball received.
Set play, do you reckon?
There was certainly a lot to it with Tyler Stack coming out of that stoppage and setting up where he set up, because it was a non-traditional setup the way they set up.
That is his game, Stack. He likes to pull himself out and run sort of the wing like that.
Yeah, but Sheringham had already set up as a winger in that corridor cover, and Tyler Stack stood in between the stoppage and corridor cover and just went on his bike as soon as they looked like winning that ball. So
Bri Bay Health scoreboard, 5-4-34 Bell Park, Colac 3-8-26.
Old Bell Park the last 10 minutes or so. Been their quarter. Newton soccers one forward for Colac, chopped off by O'Leary momentarily. Ian Alley first there on the logos. Finds Smith by hand on the outer side. Kicks to half forward. Paddy Bright did brilliantly against Learson. Just did the hard work and showed the mark. Learson might have got a hand in there before. And it goes out of play just outside 50. So again, they win a clearance and they press towards their 50. Dominant quarter from the Dragons, asserting themselves on the contest, trailing by 2 points at quarter time. They now lead deep into this second term. Strong tackle, O'Connor spins out of there towards Stevenson, who's now playing full forward. Riddle me that. Ball just bounces on its end. Paddy Bright lurking. Then Jackson Bright finds Paddy. Brotherly love. Does it go in? I reckon got a hand. It did, through for a rush behind.
Not sure about whether the hand from Bright to Bright, whether there was actually a handball in that. Ball, Wood Mason has it. Inside defensive arc, goes over, finds Zybel, play on's a call, decides to come to the kicks commentary, stand side, Monaghan, Brendan, goes with the one hand.
Dearie me.
Very, very high against Smith. Right in the centre of the ground, he's been called. He was called by Spokes, but it went over his head, went to Paddy Seal. He's got three behinds to his name. Goes to McGuan, gets a Dukes up, can't mark it. Slime times at the bottom of the pack. Big handball out of there, comes out to Stack. Stack just gets the relieving pressure, goes to Jacko Bright, can't take the mark. Learson, can he mop it up for the Tigers? Picks it up. Then he just handballs. Handballs to his teammate. Comes back.
What was going
on?
on?
With Learson again. And he kicks it to the opposition.
Don't know if you saw that, Kershaw. Malikan gave up on that and ended up with a footy.
Landed at his feet.
Now it's O'Connor who tells his Bell Park teammates to just call it. He goes laterally to Stack, who has some time now, just goes short and finds Jackson Sheringham right underneath our noses on this broadcast side, just backward of the wing. Hits down the line towards Garth, underneath the footy, nudged under it subtly by Malikan. And that's got to be on the full, I reckon it is.
It is.
Against McCarthy, so not. I'm not sure.
He's got to get it in, not.
We know where this is going.
Tapped it back into McCarthy's boot, he did. Not.
He's still a long way from home, Pat Knott. He'll give this a good roost. and just sets it up towards Stevenson. It's a poor kick in the end. Geez, Wood Mason, though, couldn't complete the mark. Garth spinning out of trouble. Through for a minor score, never gave that a chance.
He almost went back like that was a set play then. Not he should have just wheeled and gone as soon as he could to get into the space.
He looks nowhere else but long. He's always going
Finishes up
there.
with the kick out, finished up with Simpkin. Jeez, Cuddle had him boxed in.
Good kick.
But it comes down the line.
Got Gorwell here.
It finds Boy George. Gorwell has the call. He's right on the centre wing. Who's he
Bell
got?
on the other side.
He's got slime time if he can put it in front of him. Benstead comes back to create some pressure. Oh, it just
clever.
goes out. Very clever mark to Hillman. He's got a runner. McCarthy goes, but he decides to go to McGuan.
Oh,
Great, beautiful
lovely
kick. Duke's out.
That was pretty classy by Hillman
Yep.
because all he had to do was give that little nudge to give himself half a
Yep.
metre.
A good body use.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
all he
overdo it.
needed.
You can easily overdo it in that situation
Absolutely.
and push him in the back.
No, he's a very good player.
They used it really well by foot there, Colac. That's what we've been waiting for pretty much all game. Just end to end. They had the
Exactly.
overlap runner.
They were hemmed
Gorwell.
up. Yeah, they were hemmed up inside that defensive 50 and
Yeah, great kick on the left to find
Yeah, good
Newton
foot
that came
skills.
to.
23 and a half gone. They've only have the one goal for the quarter. Up to having a lot of the footy.
Yeah.
So when he comes, McGuan, he's put it off the side of the boot.
Looked yuck, didn't it?
It did look yuck.
They've missed some chances this quarter.
they have.
Have.
One of the key notes.
Oh,
Yep.
Key notes. You've been reading my notes. Barnesy.
1-4 they've kicked for the quarter.
Yeah.
As Rounds takes it to the outer side.
He gives it a good ride. Seal was up high. Cardinal handballed it to McGuan under all sorts of pressure. He was upended, and now they can escape. This is Sheringham. Tim out of his defensive 50th kick without looking, though. Chopped off
mark.
by Campbell Floyd. He's been impressive this afternoon. Likes playing on this ground. Has Gorwell wide. Takes the mark. Another impressive youngster in this Colac side, one of many.
Well done, not then to hold
Done
him up.
well,
Was
really
that
well,
away?
didn't he?
Chip
Oh,
over
right
the
line.
top to
George.
Stephen. He had a look what was coming. and
Oh,
Good
good
tackle.
tackle.
good tackle,
Yeah,
stopping the
ball.
footy. He did well. Atoned for a slight error before, then gives off to Stiffy, who measures a kick towards McGuan.
Got him.
Beautifully measured kick by Wood Mason and finds McGuan again.
Got lucky there, Boy George, because he actually didn't make his ground at all, did he?
yeah, he sort of didn't really commit to this
Yep.
one, putting one hand up, but he came through and got the tackle on, which was
Yep.
good.
So now we're going to have a really good look at Jake McGuan over his shoulder here.
If he kicks it anything like the last one, it won't go near the goals.
Good to see him back playing a position he's familiar with, Buzz, rather than rucker over.
Seems-
Almost instantly he's gone down there taking $2
Yeah,
and
it looks
Second-
dangerous up there.
Second half of the year, he seemed to have played a bit more around the footy, which
Yeah.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So when he comes, slide angle, distance is never a problem for Jake McGuan. And bends it back, right to left. Their second goal of the term, Jake McGuan's first.
Went at the post for a very long time, didn't it, boys?
Yes, he did.
Just 3 points the margin now, late into this second term. That moves Colac to 4-9-33, trailing Bell Park 5-6-36. That is thanks to the Corai Bay Health Group.
well set up by a brilliant kick by our man, the Stiff. They say it a little bit on TV sometimes where you draw the player to the football. He just chipped that into the space and McGuan had no choice but to mark that.
Another long bomb kick by Bell Park too. Easy
Yeah.
intercept pickings, easy pickings for Colac to bring that back in by foot. So they're going to have to lower their eyes a little bit, Bell Park, I think, at times.
So back in the middle, it's Veal and Big Shorts Vale. Up they go. Neither player really wins that, but it's Jacko Sheringham. The bad Sheringham dishes off the handball to Patton. Patton, round the body goes with a little kick in the Cuthill. No, the Love direction, that is. I kept getting the shoulders caught mixed up. As comes out to McCarthy. That one is Ben. Goes round the body. He's lifted this. Oh, I thought Gore will mark that. George is in there trying to give him a
Little
hand.
fella tried to
Geez.
take on Veal.
Comes out the back. As he caught there, Patton. Umpire lets it go. Sheringham nudges it forward, but it's for Lekos. Has he got a teammate to kick it to? Bounces it in front of him. Oh, gee whiz, Elford there.
That's a throw.
Just footy umpire missed it.
Oh, no, he got it. He got it.
Well,
Jeez, he had to.
Tempo's gone up a little bit.
It has, hasn't it?
yeah.
It's really lifted before half time.
And the crowd's up
Yeah.
and about. Nice Colac contingent. Oh, that's not sure that's a greatest kick. Just got there to Floyd. He's at centre forward. Spears one in. Beautifully measured and finds Hillman.
Tell you what, he was actually on the back foot then Floyd kicking that.
Yep.
What actually went past for the handball then?
Very skillful.
Their last 3 inside 50s have been marks inside 50s as well.
So Luke Hillman is directly in front. He'll kick from just inside 50. Steve Benstead, the man on the mark, is 45 from home. Directly in front, Luke Hillman. Kicks now on the right foot. He likes it.
He likes it. They got the lead back. And that's
They've
his
fought-
second, by the
they've
way,
fought back
boys.
well, haven't they, in this quarter,
Yep.
Colac? Bell Park certainly had the momentum there. Probably 15 minutes.
27 and a half minutes, and I reckon Colac owned the first 5 minutes, and it looks like they're going to own the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
Players from both sides just look exhausted, boys, when they come to the bench. You look at St Mary's yesterday, full of run. It's hard to see them going beyond next week, whoever wins.
Whitey's writing him off. We're enjoying a good game.
Yeah. No, but just players from both sides just look knackered when they run to the bench, which St Mary's were pretty fresh all day yesterday, even Joey's players.
Try the glass half full approach, Whitey, as the ball comes out the back.
Not my glass, Milky. Not
Kick smothered. Veal hacks at it, then goes back and gets it again. Oh, did he get one high, Spokes? The umpire says no, and we'll have a ball up. Right in the middle.
Colac a plus 21 in kicks for the quarter.
Wow. Up they go again. Veal wins it, knocks it clear. Trying to crash his way through is McCarthy. Puts it out to Zybal. Oh, can't take the mark. Johnson's there. What can he do? Picks it up, then wrapped up in a tackle by Liam McCarthy. And we'll have a ball up right on the paint of 50. 28 and a half gone.
Yep, half-time nearing in this second term. Seesawing second term. Just 3 points separating these two teams. Been a wonderful game so far. This first half. Plenty of numbers around this. Newton intercepted by Alfred. Handball over the top to Patton. Suits his left foot this. Chisels one down the line to Garth, who can't quite complete the mark.
Got a push.
Got a free kick.
Pick it up for him, Whitey.
From Pisani.
Good on Whitey. Good stat.
Well done.
Assist.
Little stat. Don't have as many as Garth, I reckon, Whitey.
Oh!
Down the line.
There's your
look at that.
man.
Straight
go over the top here.
Loves on his
He's got
bike
it.
here. 1-on-1 inside 50. Can he turn around and get it? One magnificent contest by those two players. Not. That was a throw. Yeah, umpire saw it eventually.
They've done well, Colac. They're out.
They were gone
really-
there. They were in all sorts of trouble.
They had to scramble.
It was a
Love
great
just couldn't get the
desperation.
body position on him. He couldn't shove him off at the
Could
right
have
time.
become a goal assist, but not to be.
He got inside 50 assist.
Floyd goes over the head. I thought he was heading towards McCarthy, but he's gone to Spokes. Got it on the defensive 50 and siren. So at the half-time siren, it is Bell Park 5-6-36. They trail Colac 5-9-39. Really entertaining game, Whitey, no matter what you say. It was a 3-point margin at the quarter-time break, and it is a 3-point margin. Sorry, it's a 2-point margin at the quarter-time break, and it's a 3-point margin at the half-time break.
Steadily getting away from him, Milky.
Yes, so at this rate, they win by 5 points, the Colac Tigers. I'll tell you one thing. You can't have a team of the year without Tim Sheringham in it.
Can't
There,
you?
I'll just tell you that.
He's not
No,
going to be
you
in my team of the year.
Well,
He was in my back pocket.
I have the final say, boys. So there you go.
Any other news from inside the huddles there, Whitey?
No, they went into a separate room, so I couldn't sort of hear too much. But,
Good get to, Whitey.
Well, Vale wins it, knocks it down. Jacko Sheringham
In the middle.
been a bit quiet. Oh, good work, good mark there, Simpkin.
Well, he's not right, Jacko. Not right, Sheringham.
He's
Yeah, he
hobbling.
looks in
He's hobbling.
Oh,
Goes
yep.
Simpkin
Gone.
goes to a 2-on-1.
Was it his
Crumbs
left
out the
calf?
back, Seal
Yep.
gets
Yes,
it round
he's
the body. Just
Not
to,
right.
He's cooked, I reckon, as it comes out to Liam McCarthy. Goes very wide to slant time and finds him.
It's funny, we mentioned how we'd like to see Jacko Sheringham in the middle, and the first thing he does is get himself hurt.
In he goes, Hillman.
Oh,
All of them taking the mark.
He's playing some sort of game.
The
first.
Zulu man.
You're just waiting
Another
to find
Z.
a hat. You're just waiting to find a hat to fit
I've
him
got to
with.
find something
Look
for
at
him.
the replay.
So Noddy started with Z.
Naughty. So he goes back. Zybal has kicked. 1 goal, 2 as the food arrived. I knew something was going because headsets are
Just
going
a drink
down.
would be good.
Yeah, exactly. There's a can of drink there. I'd love one. 3 hands the ball. Zybal comes in, kicks his second.
Well, it's a good mark.
Just pop something there, Kirsch, please, mate.
Good on you, mate.
We work as a team.
Yeah.
poor timing
too
for
gone
the
quiet
food. I was in and under there, and you guys on the outside have got the food. What's going on there?
And they don't care. These young blokes don't care, mate. Dump their headsets and just disappear. And giggle like a couple of little schoolgirls.
Good play
So
by
that-
Hillman there.
good
Get
play.
the ball in quick.
Oh, yes, you mentioned. Keep an eye on Jacko. Sheringham, guys.
He
Keep an eye on
did
him.
not look good at all.
No, he's
Colac.
come off, mate. He's come off straight away.
Colac 6-9-45. They lead Bell Park 5-6-36. 9-point margin right now.
That's it. Ball back through the middle of the ground. Have a repeat stoppage, I think, as players roll around. We'll have a throw up.
Working on that left leg that has been hindering him.
He looks around the knee, I think. Kirsch, the trainer's looking at, working at.
Worrying
Oh, good.
signs.
Yep. Missed a fair bit of footy. with that injury this season. A strong tackle by Newton. He's been impressive today again for the second final in a row. Does always work hard.
Real grunt sort of player.
Stepped up in the absence.
He's just choked on a bit of chicken. Harry Smith at ground level.
Have a look down the line, boys. He's shoveling a chicken sandwich in.
And trying to talk.
Yeah.
So Harry Smith with the footy. Had the appendix out last week. Drives an inside 50. Poor kick over the head of Gorwell, though. Probably didn't even lay a glove on that in the end. Microphone at Brazani circles and then tackled over the line by Jared Garth, and we'll have a throw in.
Could have gone back a bit further, Gorwell, but I think he might have thought the big machine Garth was coming.
Yeah, I would be worried too.
Yeah, coming straight into his back.
Jackson Sheringham running along the boundary, so it might have freed up a little bit.
Spinning ball, in it comes. Stevenson might have won that one, I reckon. Goes down as far as McCarthy. 2-on-1. Ball comes down. Carthill, as hard as a cat's head, round the body. He goes. Stevenson, 3 deep. Oh, he spoiled his own teammate there, I reckon. Ball comes down. He just slips catch.
That's Crosby's flop there.
Yeah, the ball comes out the back to Smith. Smith gets a handball out to Jackson Bright. Beast is possessed. Ball is the call. Gorwell gets it out. Newton applies the tackle. Bloke didn't have it, I don't reckon. Spokes. Yeah, I've got it right.
He didn't need to hold on to him as it.
No.
They were out.
Yeah.
Free kicks to Mitch Cuttle. And all he had to do was, once he got away with the free kick, just let him go.
Yep.
Just noticed Kane Learson spotting Paddy Bright going round for the cheapie.
Goes short. Finds Stack. Just
numbers back
outside
here,
50. They've got plenty of numbers that are rolled back. Look at them all sitting in the hole. That's why Tyler Stack's not urgent to get rid of it, so just drives it as long as he can.
yes.
Look at that. The strength of Tim Sheringham is superb.
That might have been a bit of a set play. They all led away from him, I noticed. Stevenson tried to get out of the area and just leave Sheringham sort of in a one-on-one. They did well to create that space.
Kirsch, for a man his height, he has always had elite hands, hasn't he?
One-on-one. Yeah. One-on-one elites. They had only 4 players outside the defensive 50 then, Colac, so to actually find a one-on-one was a pretty smart kick in the end by Stack.
Good deep kick, Sheringham, tight angle, but that's no issue for him today.
It
is on this occasion. Due for a minor score. Grazed the posts, according to the goal
I thought he could
umpire.
have run around and snapped that one, really.
Yeah, he was
To
very
isolate him.
confident.
Have a look at the body size of him and of McCarthy. You wouldn't have that as a match-up one-on-one, surely.
Food delivery boys teared up down here, boys. I've given it to him on the way past.
Giving it to him.
Ball, errant kick coming out has been marked by Patton to send Bell Park back into attack.
goal.
He goes on the
That's
run,
a goal.
goes towards goal, and he's goaled it.
Very slack.
Oh,
man
I'm very happy too.
Lockie Patton. We're busy listening Whitey seeing the errant kick come out. Patton snavelled it and then went on and kicked the goal.
Liam McCarthy, I think that was on the mark. You can't allow him to run past you.
No, you can't.
It's one thing to let him get that angle, but to let him go past you on the mark and inside 50 to kick the goal, that's a shocker.
And straight to the bench too. Don't think Milky will like that.
No,
After
you
you
don't.
kick
You
the
kick
goal.
you go in the middle.
Good strike from Lockie Patton. Go on, Kirsch.
Wants to make sure the coaches saw him kick it and then come past and get a tap on the back.
It's a better time to go to the bench than if you've stuffed one up. isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're back in the middle. Veal jumps early, taps it down only as far as O'Connor for Bell Park though, and amongst the Seagulls. To half forward, Learson leads in the chase with Tyler Stack. Boundary line beats them all. It'll be tossed in just forward to centre wing. So that goal moved Bell Park to just 2 points in arrears of Colac. 45 plays 43. Third term, thank you to Buckley's. 5 minutes gone in this second half. Good tight contest this one. One down, Veal again tries to swat it clear, couldn't get any clear hand. Clean hands, and then Falekos finds McGuan on the outside, and then kicks more in hope than anything else. Johnson has to turn around and make some ground, and he complete the mark. I don't reckon he did.
I think he dropped it.
I reckon he fumbled that onto the deck. Little bump baller, but the mark was paid. And switches play has to be good here. He set Hutchison a big task. It was through the hands of Liam McCarthy. Now the cavalry arrives. But the free hit going the way of Cody Spokes. He has the footy. He looks up. He goes on. That's not 50 because he ran around and chisels one towards McGuan. Lovely kick, and Jake McGuan takes a mark directly in front. 40 out.
It should have been 50, but
The umpire
he can't do that.
He
He ran around, though.
That should have been 50. The umpire hasn't called play when he can't run in the area, but he found his man inside 50 either way.
So McGuan to stretch the margin back to 8 points.
Jackson Sheringham, yeah.
Looks still
Interesting. Keep an
proppy.
eye on him. He does look a little proppy. McGuan, what's he got? He's got 1-2 for the day. Comes in normally a beautiful kick for goal.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
no
he-
exception.
Oh,
he celebrated.
He was
ran off.
celebrating immediately.
He celebrated off the boot.
And the fans are letting him know too, just a quiet little cheer for him. He was putting his arms straight up there for the celebration and careened into the post.
Third poster to that end.
What's
today.
happened here?
15-metre penalty by the looks. Not sure. Maybe it's a new rule you can't celebrate.
3 posters to that end.
So
Wilbur,
does
you got
does that count as a score? Does that count as a score or not?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Johnson got decked down the ground.
Is that what
I think,
happened?
yeah.
The ball's come down to Jackson Bright. He in turn goes to O'Leary, who takes the mark. Full stretch.
Even numbers
Looking where to
inside 50.
go. He's gone down towards Stevenson. He's got the sit. Oh, just a late hand in there by a Colac Tiger. And it comes down to Cuthill. He's wrapped up in the tackle. Dragged to the ground. They're calling for a free kick. Umpire letting them go. Says, nah, give it to me. We're going to have a ball up. 20 out, directly in front of the Bell Park goal.
Been that sort of day for Todd Stevenson. He's been in the right spot plenty of times, but he's just not been able to hold those wraps.
both sides hitting a lot more targets too early in the third, I would have thought.
Yep. He's really...
6-7 plays 6-10 on the 3.
Oh, he's
Down.
out.
The
Lovely
margin is
handball
not
and
goes
not-
down. Bang!
Good hands out by Cuddill. Terrific
been
inside that
fantastic.
contest.
It was excellent. He made the right decision to kick there.
Yeah.
Cuttle, you
That's
just
what I
see him in the replay, just almost a blind handball, just threw it out to space and not straight through the middle to give Bell Park the lead on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. 7-7-49, Bell Park lead Colac 6-10-46.
Big turnaround from that early celebration from McGuan.
Did you see that? He's had a drink of soft drink, then pulled the microphone down, then made the comment. That's good work.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
Do the lot, mate.
Vale jumped very early against Field. Falekos emerged with it. Newton spins out of two tacklers. Did really well. Done it a couple of times today. Johnson has to sit at the back of the pack. Goes the fist instead. Lynch at ground level for Bell Park. Alford taps it only as far as Cardinal though. Just sits it up towards Hillman. Benstead was there with him under close attention.
See there?
No! Stiffy couldn't get the bounce.
Free kick
going
to
the way
the
of
Z.
Sideball.
All the Zs.
CZ top. Free kick for the big ruckman.
Did you see what that was for, Whitey?
We'll get
No, I
it.
didn't see what it was
Get a
for, but
replay
I
with any
saw the
luck.
umpire.
Oh, this is
Just
terrible.
get
He's
in the
just
goal.
replayed the wrong
The other
thing.
end.
Oh, no. He's
No,
not
he's-
happy with himself.
Richard's pitch has gone in the bin.
New sponsor needed.
So Zach Zeidel, the recipient of the free kick, the score to Wood Mason won't count. Zeidel has a shot from directly in front, only 10 metres out. Should have no issue in putting Colac back in front. Big Ruckman
Bang.
slots it
Oh,
and then
tells
gives it
him
to Ben Johnson
Ben Johnson.
too. Wow, interesting. Full of confidence, Zach Zeidel playing a nice game of footy too. He's got 3 goals,
Got
Milky.
3.
Yep.
He's been 3-2. He's
It's been
got.
good.
It gives him an edge.
Yeah.
He's
I
been
don't know what
taking
type
some.
of edge, but
He's been taking some good marks inside 50
There's
as
just
well.
a genuine X factor about him, isn't
He
there?
has.
He's that extra forward who
I'd
can...
say it's more a Z factor than an X factor.
Yeah, you were going to say that. As soon as I said it.
Awfully crisp.
He can take those big pack marks, and he's really quick at ground level as well,
Yeah.
quite adaptable.
And just 20 years, sorry, man, just 20 years of age too.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Him and Hillman. When the ball hits the deck down there for big fellas,
Yeah,
they're
quite good.
damn athletic, and it's just becomes a real foot race. So it's the Tigers back in front by 3 points. Been a great final, boys. We've been waiting for the close one. Ball comes down for Lekos. Comes out. Claire Smith taps it through his legs. Back to Big Shorts. His handball smothered. Haven't called Boy George much today. He gets it out to Stiffy,
Nice
who
kick.
takes the mark right in front of us here. Kicks commentary team
Two
on
blokes.
top of our game today.
Two blokes need a bit of yeah.
Yes. There he goes, Wood Mason looking for slime time, fisted away from him. Cardinal, does he overrun it? He traps it, then tries to get a handball away. Can't do so, he's trapped, wrapped up, umpire
Oh, jeez, I don't like that.
Oh, that's hot.
I think
I don't know what-
Newton talked him
He
into
was-
that too. I think right next to
He
him.
was tackled straight away as soon as he got the football.
Unbelievable.
Your
Puzzling
man
decision.
got the free.
And Cardinal still debating the point, wasting
right.
some oxygen now though.
Yep.
The kick short found Rounds, who chisels one towards Alford, didn't favour him at all, then rips Wood Mason off the footy. No free kick to the stiff Meister. And then he's set upon by 2. Oh, and Rounds gives him one, I reckon,
jeez.
right to the mush then, I reckon. Little one to the mush.
Just a sneaky one. That's good footy. That's smart stuff.
Yep. Plenty of experience
that.
in that. We'll have a ball up right under our noses in front of the interchange gates. Scoreboard reads 7-10-52, Colac Bell Park 7-7-49.
The Big Shorts Vale wins it, knocks it down. At the bottom of that's Gorwell. He's wrapped up in a tackle as well. Over the top of him is Stevenson, the short and the tall. And we're going to have another ball up.
A lot of numbers around this
Looking for the-
stoppage. Half forwards have
Buzz
come
just
up.
watching for the fist. That's on the replay. Up they go again. Veal slips it down. Stiffy gives it across to McCarthy. Oh, goes back to Stiffy. Oh, took his eyes off it and went over the boundary line. Gee, Lee McCarthy just barreled that into his opponent.
Branded him.
Yep.
So thrown in then, still under our noses on this broadcast side. Wonderful day. Good final too. Thrown in now. Beautiful throw in, Kirsch.
Oh, that was
Showing
delicious,
off right in
that
front
one.
of you. Floyd
look at
attacked
that.
that brilliantly from
Barrel goes sideways to his
That
mate.
is-
I don't believe
that's
that.
a chipping outside of the foot inverted barrel.
Yep.
Extraordinary from Campbell Floyd. Did not mean that at all. Newton had to be careful, just dropped it on the footy. So their press is lifting Sheringham. Calf looks okay for now. Didn't
Well, the
affect
little
the
leagues.
kick. Well done, found Paddy Bright at half-back. Has Ian Alley all by himself in the middle of Simmons Stadium and completes the mark. Sheringham, this will test out the
dear.
calf. Fumbles, the handball was a poor one. We're in the heart of the middle, in the heart of Simmons Stadium with a throw. Is the call going the way of McCarthy? He's been busy.
Well, he's got him. He's got
has
Seibel.
Seibel all
There
by
he is.
himself.
All the Zeds.
He needs to turn and go. He's got Hillman against Johnson deep. Wood Mason down there too. He winds up now. ZZ top. Poor kick.
Oh.
Real poor
He's
kick.
done everything but.
And just hits out Ben Johnson at fullback.
Johnson brings it to the kicks commentary side. Smith
mark.
takes a diving mark.
Yeah, that's
grab.
a great
Yep,
grab.
good grab. Got a lot of attention from Floyd. Let him up as a call. Thank you. Good work there from the effects mic. Heard all of that. Smith goes to centre forward to Big Shorts. Centre back rather. Big Shorts takes the mark.
Got to go out wide. He's got to switch.
He's got it. He goes
Thank you.
back into the pocket, finding rounds.
We've got numbers
Yeah,
out
here we
here.
keep coming.
He's
That's
got one
right.
wide. He's got Cuddle on the boundary on the other side.
no.
He's ignored him. Comes back to Big Shorts. Big Shorts goes back to rounds. Wants to do it all on his own. Then goes to centre forward and finds his
paid
teammate.
off.
Finds his teammate O'Connor. O'Connor goes to Bright. Oh, what a great grab. Jacko. Jackson Bright. Right on the paint of 50. Right underneath Whitey Schnozzer. Oh, he plays on immediately. Guess who he finds? Mr. Reliable, Tim Sheringham. The good Sheringham.
He's a tough matchup, isn't he, Kirsch, when he goes
is.
forward?
Oh, he's just really quick on the first 5 to 7 metres. His hands, as we saw, are delicious, and he can kick.
Delicious.
Oh,
Just
Come on, Bruce.
here he have no drama with the distance.
Yeah. In he comes.
And he's got
Oh,
no
God.
drama with the accuracy
He put
either.
it straight through the guts. And
Loving
enjoyed
that
it too,
celebration.
Timmy.
The double fisters. He's
Enjoyed
pulled it
that. 2 goals, 1 for the afternoon to Tim Sheringham. And on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, that takes Bell Park onto 8-7-55. They lead Colac 7-10-52.
Hasn't the game opened up, Barnesy?
out. Yes, it has, Whitey. That's the one that you wanted. You talked him into it.
I like a footballer, Buzz, that can play really high game time through the midfield, can go back when you need him to help out, defend well and be creative down back. And then when go forward, you can actually turn the game on its head by kicking goals. And
Tim Sheringham you're talking
I'm
about?
talking about Tim
yeah, of course,
Sheringham,
so he
yeah.
belongs in the team of the year. We'll just go no further than that as the ball goes up the middle. Just not
Oh, he was
clear.
in mine.
For Lekos, gets tackled, then gets a managed to poke a toe at it, comes out the back. Elford traps it, then goes with the right foot rather, down the line. Oh, good mark there. Hutchison hasn't seen much of this bloke today.
Right.
They can lift. Right in front of Whitey.
Gotta go to
Just
Garth.
about tackle him if you wanted to. Has gone to
Nah, I
Garth
don't
deep
tackle.
in the pocket. Prazzani there just
Oh,
gets it right.
oh,
Garth does the
oh,
crumbing.
no.
Bouncing ball. Bouncing ball. Bouncing ball. Hit the
Oh.
I reckon it's hit the post.
hit the goal umpire, I reckon.
He was
Minus
straddling, he was
score.
straddling the line, the goal umpire, wasn't
Wow.
That was almost that licking of the ice cream that Luke Rayner
Yeah,
mentioned. at
even
half-time.
though it was 3-on-1, it gives him a chance.
I love
Would
that
have been
call.
a great goal.
Oh,
It
that
did hit the
hit the
post.
post.
The umpire got out of the way
So-
eventually, Barnesy.
If it had hit the
Melican
umpire, it
wasn't
would
gonna
have
hit
been play
it.
on. If it hit the umpire and went through, it would have been a goal.
Simpkin chisels one down the line, chopped off by Stevenson, couldn't complete the mark though, and Colac not make him pay.
little
Zabel,
chip.
clever
Yeah.
kick.
He's got one.
Got him in
Out
over
the
the
back.
top.
Yeah,
He gets
yeah.
it all.
Little fella,
He
go.
had to turn and go,
Yes.
did Lee Gorwell, and didn't, and now he's stuck on settlement. Look at the space afforded to Luke
Look, he's
Hillman,
got-
and he'll end up with it here too, I reckon.
Oh, it's
Impeded
holding.
surely by Benstead, and that's the right call too, was held on to. Numbers stream forward for the Tigers.
They'll let him out the back of the
They
forward
need a
50.
response. Yeah, he needs to get it there quickly. Spots him now.
There he
It's
is.
McCarthy. He's causing them some issues going forward. This is Liam,
That's Liam.
the
Yep.
Liam
Look at
variety.
them, they're just guarding space at the moment, the Bell Park defenders.
He's on an acute angle on the far side. The
He
right,
likes his chances.
right half
Now he's putting
forward.
the footy down.
Put the footy down. The mouth guard in the sock. Right half forward. He is Liam
He's a
McCarthy.
lefty, isn't he?
This will lift the Colac.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
He'll
Kick
Yeah.
from 45 with the time he makes contact with it.
He's kicking like a right footed. No,
Take his best
Nah,
now. He's
he's
a
lefty.
lefty. Definitely a lefty. Comes in. Tries to.
That's why I put it on the ground.
Colac back in the lead. This game a seesawing contest now. 2 points. It's back to.
Are you happy, Barnesy?
Yes, so
It's a
far.
great game.
There's still plenty of time
There's
to go.
still one more quarter on.
It was about this close last week on the
Yeah.
Sunday.
Colac 8-10-58,
Was it?
retaking the lead. Bell Park 8-8-56. Plenty of lead changes, particularly in this third term.
But it is a ripping game, Milk. It is, as you said, seesawing at the moment. It's just about goal for goal this quarter.
Bell Park up there disposal efficiency to 68% for the quarter.
Very nice. It's making a
Kicking
difference.
efficiency.
Just small margins. That Garth gets the right bounce up that end, it's a goal, and it's gone straight up the other end.
Yep. Not sure about these percentages. Do we know their facts or he just making
no,
them up?
he's-
The ball goes up. Zybel drives a fist into it. Jacko Sheringham traps it, sends Bell Park back into attack, but it's chopped off by Simpkin. Plays on immediately. Goes down the McGuan direction. He's got 2 to beat. Bouncing ball. Patton goes in. Strip gets it out to his teammate in Alford. Alford's kicked quickly. Floyd tries to get the spoil in, and he does. Kicked on by Connor. Runs past the footy, but he may get another chance at it. Wrapped up in a tackle is Love. And the umpire says, give it to me. We'll have the ball up right in front of the Kicks commentary, right in front of Whitey there, mate. He left that footy behind.
Yes, he did. As we groaned
Nothing
because
from Whitey.
we groaned because they had the numbers to run that one through their Bell Park.
The side ball convincingly down towards McCarthy, and then for Lekos, wrapped up in a strong Paddy Bright tackle.
Pat Bright in the ruck at the moment.
Yep, he's the nominated ruckman for the time being.
Hale getting his
Bit of
second
a-
rest for the day.
Bit of a size difference. Obviously, Paddy Bright can jump. I'm not sure he'll do it much here.
Stevenson's usually the one that does the chopping.
Didn't bother contesting that. Oh, they both had an airy. Alford and McGuan. Look at Patton trying to work her way through. Got his handball cleared just under
They're
all
out
sorts
here,
of pressure.
they're out here.
O'Connor's handball was poor, but Stack made it look brilliantly. And Sheringham.
Look at this.
Wouldn't you love that in your hands? How's that for some delivery? That was a bullet of a pass, and Jared Garth takes a tremendous mark. 40 out.
That's his third mark inside 50 as well for the quarter.
Look at that. Kirsch is a forward.
Yep.
You would love nothing more than that being delivered to you.
Even Garth, give the boy a chance. You know, set yourself up.
That's what we were calling for.
We spoke about it at half time at
Yeah.
length.
Exactly, mate.
Yep.
We did.
So Jared Garth, he's got one this
Might have
afternoon.
been wide into us, you know. Could listen to us at half time.
He might have tuned in.
Kicked one from a similar spot earlier.
that's a goal.
And kicks another one. The lead changes again. Seesawing battle. Now Bell Park 9-8-62. Colac 8-10-58. We've played 20 minutes. That's all thanks to Buckley's in this third term.
You said it, Milky, as they were trying to work their way through. They were out if they got the right
Yep.
handball, and they worked their way through. We've been talking about it just about all day, Kirsch, that if you can get the right disposal out of a stoppage, you can get clear and use the ball inside 50. That's
And
exactly
the
what they did.
hands it finished up in, Sheringham,
Yeah.
just bang.
Well done,
there it is.
William.
We got,
Well done,
we got the
William.
rounds.
And that's a pearler
It's
too.
a little belt in the chops.
Just don't let the tribunal folks see that one. Liam, burn that tape if you're a Bell Park fan.
With Leopold, no one would ever see the light. Would never see the light of day as the ball comes out. Beale goes across into Spokes. Ball comes. Oh, Cardinal just kicked the foot. Then McGuan threw a boot at it. Bouncing ball. Seal under the footy. He goes. Rounds just backs himself. Comes right across half back. Goes out wide looking for Stevenson. He's got his opponent there in Milliken. But the ball over the boundary line, it goes. Nothing. Thought it might have gone off a boot because they were just travelling across the boundary line, but it's not, and it's a throw in.
Just got in the way there, Stevenson. If he'd sort of avoided that, Sheringham was through and in on goal.
It's definitely causing Colac some problems, Tim Sheringham going forward. So it's thrown in now, and the bright sunshine on the outer side. Bale was brought to ground, giving himself a free kick. Or should.
No, he's
And
made
going the
goal.
other way.
Jeez, I'd like to see that
We're
again.
waiting for the decision, and it's gone the way of Lockie
Yeah,
Veal,
it is.
even though he looked to have ripped Vale to ground. Anyway, Colac footy through the middle. This is Monaghan. Brendan kicks to
Oh,
Where's
that
it
That
outside.
set
gone?
Newton a hell of a task and fell short.
He had Leeson down in
found
front of us.
Hutchison.
Yeah.
He's got a loose man back at the moment, Cole. That's why they can't
Leeson
move.
was coming to the bench too, though, so I didn't know what was
Hutchison
going on.
half back, stops, didn't know what he wanted to do with it there, and in the end finds Lockie Patton, who wheels and goes. He's a natural left footer, as we know. Kicks from centre wing. Good looking kick, well
good
done
spoil.
by Simpkin on Ian
Very
Alley.
good spoil.
The ball out of play, 60 around from goal for Bell Park.
Come into the game strongly this quarter, Pat. He didn't have a huge influence in the first half. He's kicked the goal this quarter and looked pretty lively.
Several have lifted for Bell Park. Several of the guys we hadn't called much in the first half, all getting their hands on the footy. Up they go. Veal knocks it down. Spokes overruns it. Patton, we just spoke about, goes to ground. Then hangs on to the footy. Umpire, if you're going to be consistent. No. Nothing doing. The ball up.
Colac's forward's really high up the ground here.
Yeah, bit strife as Veal wins it, knocks it down. Patton. Oh, McQuan just shovels him over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
Colac
footy there.
have had the 9 clearances this quarter to Bell Park's 4.
Just saw that. We weren't. None of us looking at the monitor. Liam just put that free kick to Veal on the
No blood rule here.
Blood rule looks like Patton coming off.
I think it's Smith is the one with the blood.
Smith behind him. 3 coming in the bench
Yeah.
for Bell Park.
Taking their chances and swapping them all.
There we go.
Here's the free kick.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, no, they got that wrong.
Got that wrong.
Definitely got that one wrong. Good work, Liam.
Well done, Liam. So to be
About
thrown
time,
in.
mate, really.
Making us look sensational, mate.
We're all set up now.
Ground
play.
players had plenty of time.
Has lots of time to nail this
It's
one.
okay.
He does nail it. Well, the best of the day, actually.
Yep.
Wins it down, did Vale. Goal ripped off it by Sheringham. Ends up with it. Holding the footy is the call. That was probably the throw.
Can't take a trick at the moment.
Either way. And 50, I suspect, for abuse. No high, he's
Over the
signalling.
shoulder, just off the ball there, forward of the footy.
There you go.
Was that on
Goal.
Cardinal, was it?
Uh,
Nah.
no, I think it was O'Connor.
Okay.
So Beale has the footy then on centre wing on this near side.
Short 50.
Another short 50.
Yeah.
It was before the squares.
I'm not sure. It's not hard to work out.
There's like a 20 metre
Beale
free kick.
chisels one to McGuan straight through his hands.
McCarthy!
Picked up by McCarthy. This will be goal of the day. Oh, he pulls it. That was elite front and centre work from McCarthy.
He's been good today too.
Well, when there's 3 of them, you think there's plenty of them getting to the footy.
One of them's playing. Well,
Yeah,
couple of
that's
them
it.
playing well.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like the McMahons, isn't it?
Yep. As the ball comes out from fullback. Oh, good mark there to Jackson Bright.
Oh, they're away.
Goes,
Yeah.
he's got to not. Can he mark it? It goes to ground. Got Simpkin to beat. Does it really well, Simpkin. Then wraps not up in the tackle. He dragged it in, umpire. What are you going to do? Nothing. We're going to ball it up. So on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard, 9-8-62 Bell Park, 8-11-59 Colac. 3-point margin, the favourite Bell Park.
Been just over 5 minutes since the last goal. Learson won it down from the stoppage. McGuan was bundled over. Stack now under pressure. Kicks.
Little fella.
And it showed. Lee Gorbel marks for Colac. Back good as centre wing.
Jackson Sheringham
Go.
is struggling.
He just caresses one towards McGuan. Sits it on his head more than anything. Wasn't an amazing kick. O'Leary did all right in the end. And Jackson Bright at half back. Hangs it in the air a long time. We're in the middle of Simmons Stadium now. Stevenson attacks it. So does Learson. Wraps up in a very strong tackle. That was nicely done by the Colac coach. I'm not sure who was holding the footy though.
How many free kicks we had this quarter, Will, would you know?
11 in total.
He's got a barrel!
Learson goes to Torpy. Hillman flew. I love the Torpy. Bring it back. Ball still in defensive 50 for Bell Park.
well done.
Stack.
Backs his
The
belt
man
to
who has
pace.
the pace. Just, oh, look at that. He's taken 3 bounces, exiting defensive 50, and then finds a target vitally.
runner.
Rounds. He's played a nice game of footy. Takes a very leisurely bounce. Kicks from the wing towards Garth.
Oh.
Not quite. Hutchison at ground level. Taken off him by Love. Left footer. Snaps. No good. Learson goalkeeping. Attracts some attention from Garth. Real haphazard sort of effort from him.
That's ambitious.
Casual, ambitious if you like.
Wow.
But Floyd takes the mark and plays on quickly.
Monahan's got it at half back, goes down the line, looking for Zybel, gets one finger to it and doesn't hang on to it, and it goes over the boundary line.
Snap across the face of goal.
Yeah, it was
Very
knocked
dangerous.
knocked out of Stevenson's hands,
Not much
and then
in that.
not much in that one at all. It's on the outer side. The margin is 3 behinds, and been going 26, nearly 26 and a half minutes. Veal at the back grabs it, kick is smothered, only goes a couple of metres, then they set upon each other, and the tackle, the
I think
umpire's
the umpire's
circling.
gonna- oh.
She
Oh,
was
it comes
going
out
to.
to Boy
Yeah.
George. He gets to Flecos round the body in the Zybel direction. Johnson, happy to see it over the boundary line.
Umpire getting
75
some-
around from the, sorry.
Sorry, Mel, I see the umpire getting some running repairs.
Yeah,
over there.
fixing his sock or something by the looks of it.
Boy, that's a bit
Not
of
sure what the go is with that.
keeping the socks up.
I don't know if he's a spare umpire.
Maybe he is.
Sure, maybe there's an
Boundary-
injured umpire
boundary.
somewhere, perhaps thrown in. Over the top, there's another whistle.
Advantage
paid.
Oh,
Kick
no
inside
advantage
50.
there.
No, there wasn't really.
The
Came
bounce.
off Lekos. The bounce didn't favour Paddy Brighton. He's bundled over. Hillman, can he escape?
Done well.
Hillman! He goes
Goal of the day. A bugger off Zach Seibel.
He just wanted the ball. He just wanted it more.
Goal of the day. This man is a special talent.
Oh,
Matt
is he
Kershaw.
what? He is an absolute beauty.
Should never have got it.
He's
Should never have got the footy.
He's never out of the contest, and I'll tell you
He
what he
got the
does.
replay. Watch the replay. Here it is. He just pokes a foot at it, then just goes
And his
on.
first 3 steps are lightning.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
But-
never ever out of it. He
What a
can
game,
make
boys. What a
something
game.
out of nothing.
9-8 plays 9-11. 3 points to the advantage of the Colac Tigers, and we've been travelling 27, nearly 28 minutes.
I got to tell you,
Buckley's Entertainment
gotta tell
Centre
you something.
scoreboard.
Buzzy's nearly my favourite.
Yep.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
Likeable player.
Yeah,
He's a very likeable
That's
player.
only because he can't say Zybel.
All the Zeds, I like him too.
Back in the gut, Stevenson. Round the body, he goes quickly. Should have been trapped by O'Connor. Learson gets a boot on it, puts it out in front of Stiffy. Woodmason, what can you do? Getting some attention from Alford. Keeps it in. No, he doesn't. Throw in, says the umpire.
Just noticing then, Kirst, that Bell Park, when all the big dogs to the middle of the ground, they went Sheringham, Cuthill, and big bodies trying to lock it down.
Very top heavy, didn't they? All their big guns.
28 and a half gone.
McGuan's gone back now by the looks.
Yeah, smart move. They want to hang on to the scoreboard lead. Scoreboard pressure is a good thing in this stage of the game. Did he get
Oh,
one?
snap
He's
from
pulled
behind
that
there.
From
He has
behind
pulled
that guy.
from 100 metres away.
He's called that from the train station.
Hands across to Jackson Bright. Goes to the hot spot.
Oh, good
He's
kick.
got not.
That was a brilliant kick. Kirst just run the listeners through that difficult kick from Jackson Bright.
I'm just watching on the replay. Hillman's goal.
The Jackson Bright kick, the inside-out floating mung to a
no,
one-on
it was a
none.
drop.
I reckon he meant it.
Do
It
ya?
was a deliberate drop punt to
He
not.
actually pulled it. He pulled his kick. He could have blazed away to probably top of the square-ish, but found his man.
No, he's missed it.
Bell Parker
Wow.
+7 in uncontested marks for the quarter.
It was actually pretty clever
Probably
by Bright.
the easiest shot he'd had for the day, not?
When he received it, he was under a heap of pressure.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great handball to him.
So we're back to 2 points. The margins never really got much bigger than that in this second half. Spearing ball.
Oh,
Newton
jeez.
clever
Newton,
with the
very
outside of the
clever.
boot. Found McGuan somehow. Bell Park footy though. Stevenson left foot high ball.
Look at Floyd.
Floyd went back with courage. Always
bit of
shows up the
volleyball.
young man. A bit of aerial ping pong found Newton, and now Monaghan. Happy to see the line. 2-14s. Go at it. He and
30
Patton.
minutes, boys.
Yep. It's
Half
been
an hour
about as long
ticks
as the
by.
quarters have gone so far.
Dying moments this third term thanks to Buckley's. 2 points separate these two teams. It was 2 points quarter time, 3 points at half time, and very well could be 2 points again at the final break for Lekos. Haven't heard much of him today. Wrapped up in a strong tackle. Umpire took his
near the
time. I
umpire.
always get nervous when he doesn't blow immediately, but
Yeah, you do.
it'll be tossed up right on the numbers as we tick past half an hour.
Did you see Jake McGuan climbing over the top to make sure it's making like he's tackling the Bell Park guys? It goes up again, big shorts, knocks it down. Only as far as O'Leary, bit of an up and under kick. Microphone head grabs it, Prazzani, off a stab.
In
At
front.
the top is not, takes the mark.
Yep.
I was about to say on that stoppage, it was interesting they didn't put a man back
He
there.
plays
Colin.
on immediately.
Oh, he's
Goes to
kicked
go
up.
bang. And puts Bell Park back in front. Got 2 for the day now, Paddy Knott. This is
Should
the
have
easy
3.
one.
Yep, and as I was saying, they didn't put a man back from that stoppage, Colac, and it left one-on-one contest and not take a mark in the goal square, basically.
Yeah, this stage of the game, particularly where the play's being played on top of that arc, I'd be just bringing one out of the stoppage and putting him certainly
Yep.
in that hole where that ball would have gone, Barnesy.
And there can't be any more than 30 seconds left, really. So
Buckley's
you may as well
Entertainment.
lock it down, really.
That's-
Absolutely.
Bell Park 6 marking inside 50 for the quarter, and Jared Garth's 4th as well.
31 and a bit minutes gone. 10-9-69 Bell Park. 9-11-65. 4-point margin.
Tossed up. Can't be long left as Barnesy says. Vale was bundled over in the ruck contest. Spokes attracts a crowd. Trying to wriggle clear. Patton got the footy away, but not before the umpire had blown the whistle. So we played 31 and a half.
I
It's
still can't get over that 100-metre decision before.
Yes, so it's a long way away. Not been isolated in the goal square as well.
Yeah.
Interesting for Melbourne.
tossed up. Not a bad move. He's on fire.
Yep.
Inspirational kind of player for them.
Look out.
Tumbled forward. Just
Look out.
whacked towards Hutchison. He was clean at ground level. Now O'Leary just hangs one up towards Stack, who has to stretch. He was impeded surely by Valegos. And he was. And Tyler Stack will get the free kick.
Can't
Wasn't
play on from
wasn't
there.
behind his mark. It should have been called back. Smith plays on quickly. Bad move.
did well.
Somehow found Rounds. He had eyes in the back of his head. And Rounds dances clear. Kicks from 55.
Not
Not,
there. Oh.
not quite. Not clear. Due for a rush behind.
I like the way Hutchison ran back then to get the footy. Ran a long way to get it. Great effort.
Malikan comes out from full back. The volley hits McCarthy. Goes across to Prazzani. Prazzani goes very wide. Out to Seal. Monahan, Brendan. Puts it out in front of the
Good
running
kick.
side a little bit. Slime Time's got the footy. Hillman.
Nothing on.
Nothing on. Hillman gives it across to the running Monahan. He kept running the kid.
Yep, there he is.
Squares
Good
it up.
kick.
Got Boy George. Plays on. Gets around.
Sidestep and give the hands.
And then
Oh,
goes
give
to
the hands.
And he gives it off this time to Hillman.
no.
Straight away. Gee whiz, sold him into that trouble.
Dear me. He had 3 opportunities to kick there, Stephen, and he kept going.
Yeah, the fourth option probably wasn't the best one.
He had
Was
to
it?
draw.
Yeah.
He had to kick.
Put Hillman under all sorts of pressure as Big Shorts gets it across. Stevenson round the body. Newton, the ball eludes him. Fisted forward.
Karaoke kid.
With it, advantage of the karaoke kid. Paddy Bright. Chopped off by Malikan. Dishes off the handball. Goes to the outer side. What's all the cheering for? Trying to see is there a fight on or something.
Just love their footy, Milky, as we do.
Yep, so that's the three-quarter time score. 10-10-70 Bell Park. It's their biggest margin, I nearly reckon, for the day. It's only 5 points.
Yep.
9-11-65. 20 scoring shots apiece.
Brought the heat then the last 5.
Tom King gone away from the one colour today too. I've noticed out on the
Yeah, he's
ground.
mixed it up.
Yeah, terrific.
Is that why we've got no sandwiches? They go past Kingy.
I don't think the colour combination's any better than the all grey, but at least it's 2 colours.
That's it. Give him a whack. Good work. Umpire still waiting to start this very, very important. This end of the road for one of these sides.
Betty McCarthy sent half back
Wow.
with Colac on it.
Umpire goes up. Veal went early, but I reckon Vale won that. Stevenson, who's been in the middle. Monahan crashes his
little
way
whack.
through. Good work. Gets his hands across. There's that McCarthy you were talking about. His handball intercepted by Vale. It's ping pong here. Comes out the back.
There he
Newton
is.
almost had it. Spokes there. Gets the hands on the footy. Got some time, but he just bombs it. Johnson leads in the race and
Zedman.
bounces straight over his head. Zedman slaps
Oh,
it out.
God,
Where's
Zed?
McCarthy?
You
Boy
can't buy
George-
that shit.
Boy George goes with his left foot. You had
no.
time to kick it on your right, son.
You were right, Milky. I'm not sure why he kicked that on his left. He had time to just run that to the goal square. And put it
You
in.
can't buy that.
He's just class, the Z man.
That's it, man.
Extraordinary. Wonderfully done. He's played some sort of game.
Whoa.
O'Leary
Kick out.
brings it out, but Paul.
Oh, he played the top of the arms.
That is incredible. He socketed that ball 60 metres, Milky.
Absolutely.
He's having a
That
shot.
is
Look out here
extraordinary.
too.
If it had gone in, that would have been the goal of the century.
Free
my
kick.
gosh.
Yeah, went the
Yeah.
man instead of the ball.
There's been
Ushered it over
there's
the
been a lot
Sheringham
of
free
United
kick.
Fuels contenders today for sure.
That would have been a definite contender.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sheringham now just tells his team to cool it. Just a bit of composure here.
If he had a kick that, we would have brought him the petrol station.
Absolutely, just a personalised Bowser for McGuire as he dumps it down the line. Garth
they
probably
fought
got in
each
the
other.
way of Vale in the end. He did well though.
Yeah,
Handball
it's gonna
was
be
good.
long.
Jared Love's working hard. I reckon he's
Yes.
got
a foot
the
race.
Kane Learson coming for pace here. If he gets the bounce, he does. Jared Love, can he beat? A fantastic effort from the Colac coach he is now.
Fantastic
and then
play.
did brilliantly
What?
at ground level.
Brilliant.
And then Simpkin exits, and that is wonderful use. And
In the middle, they got him
Newton
everywhere in the
middle of
corridor.
ground.
Newton had Floyd, he's missed him. Too late, goes to the outer side. He's gone to Hillman, who's got 2 to beat. Gets a shove in the back though. So,
No, he's pushed Ben. He's pushed up Johnson.
Johnson, I reckon Benstead might have given him a shove
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think it was a bit of a double shove,
Double
really,
shove,
right?
yes. It comes out from Johnson to Benstead. Then gets it back. The old 1-2 when you're struggling with stats. Always a smart thing to do. Benny Johnson just holds up the footy. Elford out here right in front of us, directing traffic. On the opposite side of the ground, Johnson. There's Newton, takes a good mark.
It's been good.
Yes.
Yes.
He's one of those blokes you sort of don't notice him. And all of a sudden, once you've worked out what he's doing, he plays really good footy. Goes down the line. Seaball.
There he is.
He's killing Big Shorts.
Yeah, he is.
Seaball goes into the hot spot. Hillman puts the hands up, doesn't take the mark. George is there. Boy George wraps him up. Hillman's picked off the handball. He's tackled, but goes to ground. A passes. Nah, give it to me.
Wow.
22 out, the Colac goal. They're doing all the attacking.
Smith struggling to get up there after that tackle.
Yep.
10-10-70, there's 9-12-66 4-point margin on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. What have we got? 3 minutes.
This is really intense stuff. Benstead was stripped of it. There is the man Bardsey mentioned. Harry Smith at the bottom of all that. Another ball up. Just 15 metres or so around.
Look at the Colac
from goal.
around the ring.
Yeah, just look at it. They were allowing Lockie Veal to just stand 45 metres out until one of the Bell Park players said, you got to go in.
One down. Another stoppage here. Plenty of players around that. Going nowhere. Zy Boulain, the tackle, umpire wasting no time. Throws it up quickly again. Vale that time. Monaghan ran into all sorts of trouble. Tried to take on two. No free kicks. Stack. Hutchison, the 2 and 3 combining. Geez, strong tackle. There's 3 of them just attack. No free kick, no. The ball just fell out. Umpire let it go, and then
Crowd's getting a bit restless.
yeah, the crowd is getting a bit restless. But another ball up just on the paint of 50.
Colac are well set up behind the ball here, so that's why it was hard to get out.
Up they go, Veal and Big Shorts. Veal wins it, knocks it down. Boy George leaves the footy behind, comes out, Sheringham, but he puts it out on the full.
Colac have had the 50 total tackles to Bell Park's 44.
Comes out to Dylan McCarthy. Got some time. He's got Boy George in the square. He's ignored him. Decided to pump it long, but it's all Bell Park. Oh, McCarthy flew. Then McGuan comes out the back. Loose hands, comes Tyler Store. Tyler's tackle almost pulled down. Coming off the shins of Cardinal.
well done.
Goes back and gets it again. And handball comes out. McCarthy, that's Liam. Goes into the hot spot. Up they go. Crummer's required. No. Goes over the boundary line. Throw in. 40 around from the Colac goal. They trail by 4 points.
They're all just spoiling each other at the moment, the forwards for Colac.
A lot of players trying to fly and win the ball themselves at the moment.
Yep.
Did you see that little flick then, Buzz?
Very clever. So 4 points to margin. Bell Park's way. This final term, the loser and the final series is all over. Kick was smothered. Falls to round. Nudged off it by Newton. No free kick. Couldn't pick up the footy though. And Sheringham comes in on Newton again, and we'll have another stoppage. So very contested start to this final term. We've played 5.5 minutes. Bit of push and shove going on. The ball near the boundary. Umpire probably takes it away from where the actual tackle happened. Brought it around. Throws it up now though. Vale. Johnson wrapped up in a gang tackle, and then once more. This suits Bell Park.
Hard to find space, isn't it? It's just man on man everywhere all over the ground.
Yep.
Only been the 5 total marks for the quarter.
I think this is the way that this quarter will play out, boys. Both sides not willing to give an inch.
Highly contested footy.
Zybel went early. The ground level. Spokes is in there. So too Newton. So too Stack, who was maybe thrown out of there without the footy. And Cuddill at the bottom. No, that's Elford at the bottom there. And we'll have a... Speaking of Cuddill, whoops, he's on the bench and I nearly knocked over the monitor.
The 5th stoppage in a row.
Out the window.
Tossed up. Ball hasn't moved from this vicinity of the ground. The umpire breaks it up after all that.
Kick.
Gives it away
It was
against
one of those break 'em
Zach
up ones, I
Zybel.
feel like.
Yeah, definitely, I reckon.
I wonder if they do think that.
They would. I reckon it'd be mentioned to them, Kirsch.
Yeah. Don't want to see ugly stoppage after stoppage.
Yep. So Vale, an awkward looking left foot, does its job. Kick outside, defensive continually hauled in by Liam McCarthy, but not quite. Got a good chunk of it. So still 4 points to margin. Bell Park in the lead. Have responded well from their 87-point shellacking last week at the hands of St Mary's. This is for a chance to play St Joey's in a prelim. Belted forward, Hutchison has a
that's a mark!
Cardinal pinched it off Hutchison.
Yes,
What a
mark!
grab.
Running with the flight.
That is
Goose.
Now they're out this side.
That was a terrific
And then
mark.
Sheringham switches play, and they're
They're
on
away.
there. Paddy Bright's on his bike. It's Bright to Bright. Not so. Does it work? It does. Paddy Bright paid the mark.
Well done, Monaghan.
Clever Monaghan. He
just
locks
sitting
it
on
in
it
his
too.
legs. No 50. Jackson Bright, the overlap. Paddy Bright to Jackson Bright.
Goes
to the
to
goals. Quite for a minor score.
Great running by Bright to just follow that up the wing.
Poor kick by Cardinal. Coughed it up the
Speaking
other
of poor
side.
kicks.
And another poor kick out here. Stack. Got 2 to beat though. Oh, good recovery here. McCarthy goes over the 10 of them, but McGuan's there to lend some help to his teammate. Elford picks it up, shows the footy, then dishes it over the top to the running Stack. The machine goes into the hot spot. Garth.
Got
Good
it.
use of the body.
Oh,
1-2. No, Prazzani. Got time. Gets it back to Simpkin. Simpkin to Learson, the coach. He's got 2 out here. He's got Gorwell. Falekos has given him some room. So too George. Stephen Boy George should take the mark. He
good
does.
kick.
Right in front of us.
Really good mark. Had to stretch George Stephen and wait a little bit
Paddy
too.
Seal in the middle, but he's ignored him.
He plays on. Just kicks down the line towards Zybul. He's
off.
and then plays
I'm outta
over
here.
Lynch and then bombs it towards the McGuan
Need some
direction.
helpers.
It was over his head. It bounced
Helpers.
off.
Slow time, slow time.
And bends it around. But not enough. Through for a minor score on the left foot.
You can sense there's not going to be a huge amount of opportunities this quarter.
You've got to
Two
take
for
him.
Brought in by Benstead to Lynch, the 2 red nuts. So Lynch, been a quiet day by his lofty standards. Just kicks towards the wing. Rounds up high on Learson. Couldn't complete the mark. Paddy Bright. It was a throw.
Throw.
In the
good
footy.
call.
Take your pick. Barrow will be the no, not Barrow. It'll be
Falekos.
Falekos, the recipient.
Right in front of the Kicks commentary team. Been travelling 9 minutes.
Not many options here.
Oh, just went really close to the man on the mark. It's Bell Park getting back really well back to defence.
Stiffy.
Stiffy gives it over to Spokes. Spokes runs into trouble. Dispossessed. Spills out. Umpire says play on. Woodmason goes to ground. Sheringham dishes off the handball. O'Connell. Kosek O'Connell comes out to Rounds. Rounds just takes his time, real composure. Cross to Patton.
Play on.
Not 15. Play on. Barrow wraps him up. Umpire says give it to me.
Really
Correct
wasted
call by
opportunity
ump-
there for Colac.
Correct call by the umpire there.
Yep.
Great Whitey. Just a little 7 metre pass.
Well measured, Whitey.
He'd be happy to get your support.
Beal. Spokes written into
back.
the ground. That'll be a definite free kick for in the back. Pretty silly tackle in the end. So Cody Spokes, he's 60 out from goal.
It's worked hard all day, Spokes.
He has. He had Zybul on through the middle
Yeah,
of the
didn't he?
park and he kicks
too
towards that
fat.
direction now. It took a long time to kick it.
Oh,
Floyd
Floyd.
came late, dumped away by Bright.
Out.
Here we go,
Gorwell has
Gorwell.
time. He can steady on the left foot and kick.
he's overcooked it.
Nothing.
Out of the
Out
full.
of the full.
Out in the full. Down they come down the line. Oh, Simpkin.
Simpkin.
Really good grab under pressure. Short kick to Hillman. No, sorry, that's McCarthy. Liam, he's a lefty
Kicked a
too.
nice one before, same
His
spot.
Same
similar
favourite
spot.
spot. We'll have a really good look at this.
He's got to put the ball on the ground.
If Whitey was paying attention,
There it
he'd
is.
actually call this himself.
There it is.
It's crazy talk.
Crazy talk. He has put the ball down, the same procedure as he did on the other side of the ground. Comes in Liam McCarthy. He has one straight for the afternoon. Measured approach. Goes bang. He's done it again. No, he hasn't. Back in the day.
Zeds, all the Zeds!
Wow, we.
All the
Zybul.
Zeds!
He is playing a hell of a game.
Oh, he is. Oh,
Look at this on the replay.
Straight in front. Watch this in the replay. Just
Hey.
comes from the back.
Just
big Zed.
allowed an easy run up at the ball too by the Bell Park defence.
Yeah.
Can't let as he slots it.
And gives Colac the lead.
Wow.
At the 11 minute and 22nd mark of this last quarter. Colac 10-13-73, Bell Park 10-11-71 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Exciting final. You bloody got one.
Gee, Willikers.
Yeah.
4 goals for the day now for the big Z, but you can't let him have a run up, as I said in that goal score. They had plenty of numbers back. They shouldn't have let him have that run and jump like that.
Taken a while for Colac to kick their first goal for the quarter, but they eventually made it after maybe I think it was 4 scoring shots, but they finally got one with Zybul.
Huge effort by the big ruckman. You can't half tell Milk he's excited either. Back in the middle.
That's cool. There's a visual.
Veal. Double forward by.
There's a visual.
Johnson run
He
down
gone!
by Zybul.
He gone!
Sealed.
Take
He's
off.
sealed.
Oh, no,
Another goal.
4 goals to him as well.
Well, we.
Huge one. You can see the
Perfect.
forwards getting around each other there.
The perfect tap
Wonderful.
from Veal.
And did you see the tackle from Zybul again?
was.
He's everywhere.
Was him.
Everywhere.
Johnson thought he had time to get it on the boot.
No, not when
was wrong.
Z-Man's around.
Yes.
Talk about momentum. Haven't Colac got it now?
Yes.
Special
Very
comments.
unselfish from Seal there. He could
Yeah, he
have
could
got
have.
it away when he kicked. What's
3
he
points,
kicked 3
didn't he?
behind,
Yeah.
so he probably thought, I don't want to do this. Kid, dump it to someone else.
Sheringham and Stack on the bench here. They got to get him back on to arrest this momentum.
Yep.
12, nearly 13 minutes gone. Buzz.
Yep. One down by Veal. Not spins clear. nondescript handball, not attacked it with venom, then was tackled by Falekos. Dropped the footy, balls at centre half forward for Bell Park now. Plenty of numbers around it though, lots of yellow jumpers we can see. He'll be tossed up. So 8 points the margin, Colac in front.
Bell Park just about have to get
Just
the next
about
one.
to do that, Buzz.
11-13-79, Bell Park 10-11-71. Thanks to Bendigo Bank. Gar spins clear, right foot, don't see much of that from him. Just
Veal.
thumped out by Veal, and then another fist came from Newton, I think it was. This is dangerous. Lynch was crashed into,
numbers.
and he'll be sore to get up to, I reckon, Chris Lynch. That was a heavy rises now.
The numbers on that footy curse.
Yeah, there's a bit of blood in the water, isn't there? They are circling.
Wowee. So Veal and Big Shorts, Vale have been at it all day, done a great job. Neither at Ruckman actually go for that. Newton, who's been some sort of influence on this game today, he's wrapped up in a tackle by Smith. And we'll just have another ball up.
As we know, players can feel momentum out there in game shifts and swings and all that sort of stuff. Right now, Colac are playing like they know they've got the momentum. They need to play these next 5 minutes to set this quarter and win up.
So I reckon Zane Vale tapped it into Veal's throat as the ball's not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, who's that on the ground? No, it's Newton at the ground level. And umpire's happy, both sides happy for this to go on, but you can only do it for so long. Ball comes out the back to Floyd. Learson throws a boot at it. Floyd goes back and gets it again. Jacko Sheringham goes and he got him high, says the umpire.
Stiffy's off here.
He's off. Stiffy Woodmason. Not a great kick from Floyd, but he finds him. He's also got Newton down the line as Whitey. Leave the commentator to me, mate. As the ball comes back, Newton. Where's our man? He's found him. He's found Paddy Seals.
Zyball's on.
Loosen the pot. Go back and kick the goal now, son.
Give it to him.
Nah, pop it up in the square for him, I reckon.
3 behinds to your name, Paddy Seal. A good time to put a big 6-pointer next to it.
Have a look at the mismatch, though, on the Z-man.
Deep in the goal square on rounds.
Yep.
So Paddy Seal at the 15-minute mark of this last quarter to put some real icing on the cake.
Point.
Put it up. He's put it up the top of the square. Up Hillman, that was.
Good jump.
Just a big jump. And a rush. Their first rush behind, guys.
Oh, they go quickly. Kick had to be very good to Jackson Sheringham. There was some concern earlier from us that he hurt his calf again, but seems to be okay.
Big
for the
one
time
here.
being. Well done, Jackson Bright. Had the clear run at the footy. Both hands to it.
Not much up the ground, though.
Absolutely nothing either. Garth, the deepest line forward.
inside
Goes
barrel.
towards him, but the kick's poor. Mulligan chops
Mulligan had to
up.
mark.
Stevenson was through. Dispossessed from him. He was stripped of it. And once more, we'll have another stoppage.
Umpire's circling here. Don't tell me you're going to pull one out of there.
So
Who's out at the bottom?
9 points is the margin. Colac in the lead. 16 minutes tick by.
Mitch Cutter would have been awful unlucky to get pinged
Final
for that.
turn.
Oh, wouldn't he? What?
Edge of the centre square. We are. Sheringham did well, got it from Veal. Learson
again.
attacked it. He's been important this afternoon. Tumbles one forward. This is a big footy.
This bloke's been
was
good
well
too,
done. Has
rounds.
been very good rounds. Stack. No left-hand handball. Coughed it up. Barrow, can he get there cleanly? He can't. Has Newton in support.
Wow.
He gets it to
Stiffy.
Woodmason.
Oh.
Woodmason just kicks to the
Should have
point of
been
50.
downfield.
Hillman was held on
Should
to.
have been, I reckon.
Yeah.
Nothing doing. Numbers at Bell Park here. They've got 4 to pick from.
go
Stevenson and now Sheringham on the outside. Kicks down towards Paddy Bright. Has to sit and wait. McCarthy went through his hands. Dances through an O'Connor tackle and then panics and kicks hurriedly towards the line. Does it
well.
stay in or out in the full?
It's on the full.
It's out in the full. Tyler
Stack's
Stack
hurt,
hurt
yeah.
too.
And Mitch Cuttle too.
Trying to train his jump.
He's off the ground, so don't worry about it.
He was holding his knee
I think
immediately.
it's his kick though. That would be the issue.
Ah, right.
Not well too.
No, yeah, it's his knee.
Yeah, right knee.
Dislocated. Is it?
Whitey, can you see anything from there?
No.
Good hands across to Tim Sheringham into the pocket. Garth at the back. Jackson Sheringham. Jackson Bright. I mean, as the ball goes over the boundary line. Gee, if that had to get a kind bounce, he was away. I think he's hit his head.
Is he?
Yeah, I
on
think
the
it might be on
matting.
the Astro too.
Yeah, on the hard matting, I reckon.
Either that or he's winded severely.
Maybe a little bit of concussion.
Seems to be okay though.
Maybe he's got a toothache.
Hair out of place.
Yeah, that's it.
Tossed in. Hugging the behind post. Garth
Oh,
was
the jumper
manhandled
there.
in the ruck, but no free kick. Not. Attracted a crowd quickly. Mulligan was the tackler. Floyd dances out of there.
Yeah.
Wow, he
Did
did
brilliantly
well
well.
then.
Simpkin. Now McCarthy. Left foot ball was
Little
almost too hot for
What you call little legs?
Little legs.
There's a chiselling kick there. He goes
Little
back.
big
Little,
man.
little legs will go in now. Simpkin with
tiny.
the footy. Just trying to chew some time up now. We're nearly in 20 minutes into this final term. Thanks to Bendigo Bank. 9 points is the lead. The kick is safe enough.
I'm not sure I'll be wasting time with only a 9-point lead.
Dylan McCarthy. They're just not rushing though, Milky. They're not prepared to give up possession. Another example there. McCarthy goes short. Happy to find Simpkin at
Problem is they
fullback.
find themselves really
Bell
fenced in
Park
now.
well set up.
Yeah, they are now.
Ben
Well,
Johnson,
Cincinnati
Ben
behind the
Johnson
footy.
limping on the bench down here too.
So he's
Bell-
forced to go
George
down the
again.
line. Really good mark
Hasn't
by
done
George
much, but
Stephen.
gee whiz.
Protected the space while had Zybel on shorter. He wanted, ignored that. Now kicks from the Payo defensive 50 towards Falekos. Had two to
look
beat. Not
out.
comes in with the fist. They're out here. They can pick it up. Can they?
He's got him.
goal. He found him. Gorwell
He's
to
got the-
Falekos.
he's got the coach.
The coach has
He's got the
danced
coach.
ahead.
And he
Kane
gave it
Mason,
top to Hillman.
Wouldn't this be something? Hillman darts out the back. This is a goal.
no, it's the Hillman.
It's,
McCarthy.
it's his lookalike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a goal either way. Extends the margin. 50. Wow.
Do you know why I got them confused? They both go to the same gym. Have a look at them.
Yeah.
String beans.
Get him out of the farms.
12-14, 86 now, Colac. Bell Park, 10-11, 71. And the way this game's been played, Kirsch, it's
That is
quite
a
a
big
margin.
That's the biggest
now.
margin of the game,
Just about
boys.
done, you'd say, I
And
reckon.
probably the most crucial time of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
20-minute mark in the last quarter.
Biggest
Pretty
margin
crucial.
of the game.
Fairly crucial.
It came
Another
back
5
to,
minutes be crucial.
Came back to that Stephen mark on the back flank. If
It
he
did,
didn't mark
yeah.
that, Bell Park was circling.
It's
He
spot
managed to
on.
take their contested mark and that allowed him to get out.
You're right, Bell Park done everything right there. They set up well, they fenced them back into that deep pocket, but they got the ball out.
As Sheringham taps it to himself in the middle of the ground. Patton tries to crash his way through. He's wrapped up in a tackle. They're desperate at the moment, the Tigers. They're not letting anything out, and we will have a ball up in the middle of the ground. This could be one of my former sides. 4 that have all got beat on the weekend. So it's going to be the only winner as the ball comes out. Patton goes to ground. No one touched him, umpire. So he gets up, plays on. He's got Sheringham if he wants him short. Decides to go wider to Smith. Smith over the top to Rounds. Played some sort of game. Goes into the pocket.
Kick.
One good mark, a good kick and a good mark.
Good
and
body.
this bloke's played a really good game too. Jackson just bellies the footy, but the bottom of that.
Kept his
Gee
feet.
whiz, as Paddy Bright dished off the
dear.
handball. He's got one there to Garth. Garth doesn't grab it in his hands, but it comes back to Jackson Sheringham. He goes back to Paddy Bright, spins, turns, comes out back at Colac defend. Now Veal dishes off the handball.
Little legs.
Little big man gets it out, goes to Hutchison. Hutchison goes towards goal.
Got it.
For Bell Park, I reckon he's kicked it.
Oh! Is there a little bit of life left?
Whoa.
There's a pulse. There's a pulse.
Jeez, they made hard work of it. Paddy Bright 3 times got the ball and didn't know what to do with it, but they got there in the end with Hutchinson.
So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, that takes Bell Park 11-11-77, trail by 9 points, 12-14-86 at the 21-minute mark, Buzz.
Yep. This is a tight one. Another goal would make it severely interesting to state the obvious.
Every quarter's gone beyond 29 minutes, so there'll be plenty of time left.
Yep.
Heaps of time.
Just about to mention that, Barnesy, so there's still
Too slow.
plenty of time.
Just steals your stuff.
Plenty of time for either side to either pinch or cement a result. Wonderful game of footy this.
He's
Can do everything.
The piss, Gersh.
What can't he do?
Inside 50.
What can't he do?
Look at the
That's what he can do.
That could be it. That could be it. The 2 star youngsters setting up Colac, maybe a preliminary final berth.
9
Wow.
goals between them, those two.
They are the difference.
9 and 13,
Look at
boys.
this. Have a look at the replay. This is good radio.
Zybel,
but-
straight over, taps it over the
Look at
top.
On his left.
He tapped
Oh,
it-
the foot.
he
It doesn't matter.
Tapped it to himself and then went long with his left
He
foot
is
out of the centre
extracting
square.
some enormous amount of gear right out of this
Oh,
game
isn't he?
now.
What?
Paddy Seal started celebrating before Hillman even kicked it.
Yeah.
So
Stiffy was doing one of these.
Hell,
Yeah.
is this game for the Z man?
on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 11-11-77 to 13-14-92, and of 13 goals, Zybel and Hillman have 9 of them.
What a way to answer back as well, with Bell Park possibly getting some momentum out of that goal.
Up they
Wow.
go. There he goes, Vale. Jackson Sheringham. Dover runs it, comes back. Paddy Bright got tackled, then Vale backhands it. Only as far as Learson. Been really good back there. Hands down, Lynch. Got some time. He's got 3 on the outer side. Goes to Hutchison. They'll kick their last goal. Hands it across to O'Connor. O'Connor thought he was going to go back to Hutchinson. Spears it
Got
into
one in the middle,
Lynch.
got to go to Stack.
Lynch.
Taking too long.
Yep. Stack's
Held up
out here
pretty
by
well.
himself. Well held by Floyd. Decides to go back to Hutchinson.
This ain't going to work for him.
He does. He's just forward to centre wing. Very slow movement, as Kirsch and Barnsley point out. They've still got rounds in the middle if they wanted. Won't find him now because Smith's at right half forward, just sits it up. Oh, effort.
Sheringham!
And Sheringham roved it brilliantly, but through for a minor score under all sorts of pressure he was.
2-2 to Tim.
Yep.
Good Sheringham.
Scoreboard now reading 11-12-78. Bell Park. Colac 13-14-92. Kane Learson in absolutely no hurry. It won't cause anything to the clock, of course, but in no hurry to take this kick, and the umpire is onto it, so he calls play on, and he's just taking a step inside. Learson didn't have to kick it to himself,
Boom.
but does. Then kicks it 60 metres.
Stiffy!
He's played it, yeah, over the big veil.
Unbelievable! Stiffy
He's had a good few weeks, Stiffy.
he had no right to win that footy, Travis Wood-Mason, but wonderful set of hands. Then just kicks long down the line. Veal had to contest against Stevenson.
good tackle.
But George Stephen, he's a good tackle at that
Big Veal, the
sharks
rover!
it, and there goes short.
the pickup.
The pickup is amazing on the half volley.
Oh,
Jeez, Newton
stuffed it
just
up.
ran past it. Smith. Now they have some time. Alford looks up, kicks down the wing,
Look out.
and doesn't find Garth because Cody Spoke sits in the hole.
I've liked his game today.
Yeah.
Spokes decides to retreat backwards and goes back to the leader in Learson. Goes to the very, very outer side and finds Floyd. He's just got that extra game under his belt and has really improved. Decides to have two bounces. Takes on Love, lets Love run past him, then spears the kick into McGuan.
Clever. He had nothing in front of him.
McGuan will put this deep in the forward 50.
Zybel's getting in there.
I think Ben Johnson's done for
Going
the
to
day
pump
too,
this
boys.
really long.
He's done for the year,
Goes
Whitey.
to Wood-Mason. Fisted away from him and over the boundary line. Have a throw in right on the paint of 50.
Yeah, just further to that wide, you can see him on the bench all by himself, looking a bit.
Despondent.
Yep, that's the word I'm looking for, Kirsch.
I'll just help you out, mate.
Well done. Finishing each other's sentences now. That's cute.
He's not the only. Yes. Get a room, you two.
Where's the? Can't see the footy out there, Milky.
25.
It's bounced over the fence.
Yeah, it's over the fence.
So the trainer's going to have to go get it.
You're not allowed to go in there, so.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Time's still going as well.
Stop would be.
Time
And
on.
I'll play time on, mate.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah.
No issues. Trainer does eventually find the footy in
Well done.
row 4,
Thought numbers would all go.
That's it. That's all it should be.
just outside the paint of 50. We are
Any wax today? Disappointing.
going the Colac end. It's at the wrong end of the ground for Bell Park to make their way back into this round. It escaped his clutches. Just Stephen did well. He's probably holding the footy.
Was
Stiffy!
Stifflano!
Get around the
Get around
stiff!
the
The
Stiffy!
Stiffler. Look at him.
He stands up when you need him.
Yes.
14-98 Colac. That
Game over.
should be just about it. 20
Game over,
points the
boys.
margin now. Bell
Rush of
Park.
blood for the stiff.
11,
Look at the replay,
12,
look at the
78.
replay, look at it here, comes out just round the body, he doesn't miss.
Badoosh.
Good radio.
Bang.
Yes.
Good radio.
We've got to entertain ourselves as well, you know.
That's it.
I've been loving the replays down here.
We wait and see your replays after the game, pal. Let's see who you chat to.
Yeah, right.
He's any on his own on the
Look at
wing
Wood-Mason
where they got
on the wing.
numbers back.
Yeah, get us some stiff, Whitey.
Just get it out to him. Up they go, Zybel. But I reckon it was Big Shorts that
There
got
you
it.
go. There
he
he's
is,
got
the
the
man.
ball.
He was on his own. Round the body he goes. Bouncing ball. Hillman works his man, his opponent under the footy. Comes back to O'Leary. O'Leary bouncing ball. Can it be picked up by Simpkin? No, it can't. But it is picked off by Dylan McCarthy. Dishes back to Stiffy. Wood-Mason round the body. Paddy Seal under it. Fisted away by Benstead. Comes back to Lynch. They're away here.
Fine Sheringham on the logos. Nothing on, and he was run down. Indicative of their last term. Geez, Newton was dealt with after
And he laid
play
down
from
too.
Luke Rounds.
He laid down too, thinking he might get one down further.
They go in the middle of the ground. Garth intercepts it away from McCarthy. He has Jackson Bright on
2 on
longer
1 here.
still. 2-on-1. This is a big footy.
Oh, he's He's got that one wrong.
I'm not sure
They've
that
got a
was
lot
there.
wrong today.
Malikan on Jackson Bright it was. Looked like good body work to me. We'll have a look at the
Yeah, here it
replay
is.
here.
Yeah,
Looked like he
nothing
just
wrong with
tripped over his own feet in the end.
They'll be
Jackson
with
Bright.
Whitey tomorrow at Mad Monday, these umpires.
It's all all elementary though from here.
Every
Jackson
Monday's
Go,
Madman.
been good today.
Jackson Bright kicks the goal, narrows the margin to 14 points, but all too late, you would suspect. 28 minutes just about to tick by thanks to Bendigo Bank. The scoreboard now reads Bell Park 12-12-84, trailing Colac 14-14-98.
Yep.
Well, yep. That's all we can
It's
say.
really-
Special comments.
I
Yeah.
don't know. There's a bit disappointed with the way that ended, to be honest. That free kick wasn't there, and
No.
just play the game.
Colac are plus 22 in kicks for the quarter.
So the last quarter went 33 minutes, so we've still got 4 minutes to reach that. So they're still 3 goals behind.
Yeah.
I can't see it happening, but there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Oh,
Where there's life, there's hope.
That's right.
Back in the middle. Sideboard.
Very philosophical there.
Yeah. Comes out to Sheringham, the good Sheringham. There is Stiffy. Oh, his kick smothered. Sends Bell Park back into attack, gives it over to Falekos though. In turn, Simpkin, who's been super down back, goes with the left foot wide. As he put it out in the full, he has. Rounds to take the relieving free kick.
Just got to go every opportunity
Just gotta-
now.
take risks.
Down he goes, down the line he goes. To Lynch. Lynch in turn across to Patton. The running Patton tries to sell some candy, but Stiffy just puts in the
On the
smother. On the full, he must have bashed it back onto his
Well,
head.
it has to be
On
50 then if he's
oh,
just throwing
hit
the
it back
ball
on
away.
Yeah, that's
Stiffy's
right.
boot.
You're right. Good point.
It goes back. Floyd
Oh.
gets up and gets a spoil on it, puts it over the boundary
The
line.
umpires had a brain fade there because Woodmason just threw the ball away. You can't do that for a free kick.
Unless he was thinking, obviously, just a boundary throwing, which...
Even so.
No, yeah.
So tossed in 55 seconds is the
55
call.
seconds to go.
That's all we've got.
Spoiler alert.
Right,
Sorry if guys at home.
right on the paint of 50. Tossed
Oh,
in.
no one went for it.
All the ruckman evaded it. McCarthy thumped it down. Bell Park footy kicked inside 50. Nothing doing there. Clever little backhander as far as O'Connor
ain't
tried to
going
run
nowhere.
through 3. He's in trouble. Umpire folds the arms and we'll throw it up.
I like Cade Newton around the stoppages today,
He's
boys.
been
He's got
good,
an
hasn't he,
arm
Woody?
across at every stoppage, yeah.
He's been
Playing really
terrific.
defensive.
We've
role.
been saying that for 3 quarters. You actually listen.
I've just been trying to work out which one he is.
No, 64 on me shoot as the ball comes down to the boundary and we'll have a throw in.
He's filled
Listen.
Ryan Monahan's role. We would expect pretty good as well.
Just the
especially
numbers,
for next
Wilbur.
week as
Just the
well.
I don't know what you said then, Wilbur.
Don't need your opinion, just your numbers, please, as the ball comes in the forward pocket.
Really tongue-tied.
Up they go. Comes out to Cody Spokes. He probably filled Monahan's position more than anyone else as the ball bounces. And look at the little legs of Monahan running here. As the ball comes out to Stack. Can he run? Comes out Learson. Can he trap it? No. Oh, yes, he
still
does.
there.
Without looking, he trapped that. He's bundled
that
over the
good?
boundary line.
That good he doesn't even have to watch the footy to get.
He'll be a happy coach tonight, Kane Learson.
He's played a good
Been
game.
a real grind for Colac. And coming into the game, you sort of felt that probably suited Bell Park more so than Colac, but they've really fought this out well. A strong last term, one down by Vale. Jackson Sheringham with a very
tackle.
forceful tackle. Will be thrown up. So 31 minutes ticks by on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Spoke's a bit wobbly there. He's all right, just trying to get his bearings. We're at the edge of the centre square. Thumb clear by Vale for Lekos. Kept his handball clear. Learson been terrific today. There's 2 Bell Park players down behind play. Reckon they might have clashed hands. And there's the siren. A prelim final awaits for Colac. Bell Park's 2017 is all over. They will play St Joseph's for a chance to play St Mary's in the big dance. Colac are winners 14-14-98. Bell Park 12-12-84.
14-point margin, and I think they got out to 20, which is
20,
the biggest
yeah.
margin for the game.
Yep.
But we said entering the last quarter, whoever would make the most of their
Just
5-minute
looking at a
burst.
very happy Ryan Monahan down here, real happy. Gave Lee Gall a real pat on the head, and very, very happy man.
Well, keeps his season alive, doesn't it?
It does.
They have to get to the granny for him to play.
Yes, that's the only way he can go play any further part.
Yep. Let's see some very good performance by Colac. All over the
So they've
ground.
had a
they were
good day.
strong.
Colac, they've won the reserves and the seniors.
Yep.
They both
Heavy bus
sides
trip
line
back.
up. Yeah, both sides line up again next week, and both again's Joey's.
Both against
Wow.
Joey's. Yeah. Should be a...
What am I going to barrack for?
Well, she's torn again.
Two big clubs. Might